Holy shit, I had so many extra buttons today. What the fuck? Ugh. What the? YouTube thing wasn't working, Twitch thing wasn't working, I had to restart the stream like 3 times, the post in Discord wasn't working. I sound sick? Hell yeah, I do. I'm sick as hell. I have a headache, but it'll go away as I stream, I think. Ate cheesecake yesterday? Yo! Hell yeah! I'd maybe also get some protein in you if you can, but... Oh, cheesecake has cheese in it. Cheese is protein. Watching on YouTube right now? Hell yeah. I need to get the YouTube chat working on this screen. Honestly, I need to get the whole overlay working on that other overlay that Segoy made me. Because I love this one and I use it all the time, but I don't use the other screen because it like wasn't working for some reason. I don't remember. Cheesecake is mostly protein. All right, no. We're not gaslighting people today. What the hell is a baked cheesecake? You've been fed lies on the internet. I don't know what you're talking about. Americans eat like regular cheesecake, regular style. The hell is an American cheesecake? You mean like a New York cheesecake? I'm Googling it right now. You know what's crazy? If you would have said New York cheesecake, I'd have been like in your court immediately. No, I don't like those. I like a regular like cheesecake. The non-baked variety. Like the creamy variety. Put some like strawberries on that. Yeah, I'm kind of hungry for a cheesecake now. New York does not equal America. I had a guy stop me on his bike today when I was out and about, asking me how to get a visa in America because he wanted to move to New York. And whoever you are, I don't remember your name. I wish you the best, my friend. Thank you for speaking. Oh, God. Jesus. Ah. He did his best to speak to me in English, and I thought that was really awesome. And then I replied in Japanese, and there was not a single word spoken in English after that, which made me feel good. So he got to feel good, and I got to feel good that my Japanese is good enough that I feel like I'm getting to the point where my Japanese still isn't very good. Like when I use it at work, I sound like a fucking idiot. But in like casual daily conversation, I'm getting to the point where people will not be like, wow, your Japanese is so good. They'll just hit me with like regular speed Japanese. And I am not ready for that. I've been told, and I'm not trying to like gaslight myself or like build myself up, but I've been told my accent is really good, which is a problem because I don't want it to be good. I want to sound like I have mid to bad Japanese because that is the reality of the situation, is like my Japanese is like mid to bad. But I guess for some reason I picked up like the Tokyo accent really well. And so when I speak, people think I'm just like someone who can speak Japanese. And then they reply at Mach 37, despite the fact that I'm an idiot baby. The good news is, if we talk for more than like 13 seconds, they'll click back down into like idiot foreigner mode. In your American back? That's true. It is crazy to me that people don't think I'm American off the jet. What does it mean to, I just thought like, no offense to other countries, I just figure if you're a white person in Japan, I just figured people thought you're like probably American. Maybe that was like a bad worldview on my part. That was the default. The thing is, they will know other people are American, just not me. People say I apparently look either British, or what's the other one I get all the time? I don't remember. My friends here have proclaimed that I am not an American. Apparently cheesecake has like 6 grams of protein in a slice. Definitely not nothing. Still unhealthy though, and kind of all the sugar, yeah. Gotta be the hair. I have blonde hair. That doesn't make any sense either. I think it's because I'm not, and my fellow Americans, like, we're not going to take this the wrong way. I think it's because I'm not very loud. I think if you are an American, our stereotype is that we're loud. We are loud people. And to be fair, they're correct. You underestimate how few American men are blonde? No, I lived in America. What are you talking about? A lot of you are, yeah. Oh, Canadian. People think I'm Canadian too, which you can't be doing that in the current political climate, all right? We can't be saying I'm Canadian if I'm American. All right, that's a faux pas on several levels at this point. You're entering into like a whole separate ontological discussion that neither one of us is equipped to handle right now. Too nice to be Canadian. I don't, Yo, shout out to Canadians having like the coolest stereotype, by the way. Your stereotype is that you're really nice. That's fucking awesome. Americans, you know what it is. I don't gotta tell you what it is. We're loud and we're fat. I don't make the rules. That's just what the entire world thinks of us. Though, a third thing is most of the time people will think if you're American that you're really, really cool, which is cool. I like that. They're like, oh, they'll be like, oh, you're American? I'm like, yeah. They'll be like, oh, have you been to San Francisco? And if you answer yes to that question, you're cool. Like, have you been to LA? If you answer yes, you're cool. Or New York is the other one. So if you're an American and you haven't been to LA, San Francisco, or New York, you're not cool. But if you're an American and you've been to San Francisco, LA, or New York, holy shit, you're a movie star. American women say we have a dad bod, not fat. Okay, I'm not trying to defend. I kind of like the dad bod thing. Like, I like anything that pushes back on unhealthy standards for people. Because this kind of piecing me up here in Japan. Like, people will say that they're fat. Like, a person that you would think is like skinny to like average in America, people will think like they made a deal with the devil here and have been cursed with like 3 extra pounds on the scale and are now like a worthless human person. It's crazy to me. I do think like obviously like being overweight is really bad for you. And so like I'm not trying to say like it doesn't matter, because like literally like we should strive to be at a healthier weight, but like that healthy weight is a large band. I just want people to be in it. I don't care like I don't care if you're on the left side of it or like to the underweight thing. It's crazy. Like people get so distraught over it here. People are like always on diets and stuff. It's so weird. It creeps me out. I think in America we maybe have, I mean, I'm not here to like write a dissertation on it or whatever. We definitely have a problem where like our average is higher than it should be as far as like weight goes. And I think a lot of that is just due to like car based architecture or like infrastructure and stuff. Like walking is a big thing and everything, but it just makes me sad. So I like the push to get like a little bit more like positivity around people's bodies, because you don't control as much of that as you'd like to think you do. Okay. Like level 1 is like your genetics determine like how hungry or full you are. Level 2 is like your genetics determine like the foods you want to eat as well, and the food you eat determines how much of the stuff you eat fills you. It's not, listen, I am all for keeping the things that are in your control under your control or whatever. I think people have maybe lost the plot on how much of that is actually within your control is all. Like I am thin. I'm a thin person, and I like to think it's because I go rock climbing and that I run a lot and I eat really healthy and I eat really clean. But it's I can take less credit from that than I think I sure would like to. I gained 50 pounds after being married. That's kind of awesome though. That's a flex. Honestly, that's sick. When I get married, I hope I gain weight. I don't know. I feel like it's a vibe. Cause you don't like, you feel like you're not like having to maintain it as much, you know? Cause you're married. Yeah, you still want to be attractive for your partner and all that stuff, but like you can kind of let the guard down a little bit. And I like that. Little video. I mostly eat pretty healthy stuff, but I eat just as much as 2 people should if I don't feel like I'm starving. Yeah. It's like I said, I just think it's less in your control than you think it is. It's about happy and eating more and not always on the move. Yeah, totally. Eating, I mean, I could definitely do with eating more. I get dizzy all the time from not eating enough food, and if I miss like one meal, I feel unwell as hell. Your boy needs to eat more food. I am gaining weight though, which is good. I'm happy about that. I'm up to I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life, which is awesome. I'm very happy about that. It also means if I like don't eat breakfast, I don't feel like I'm gonna fucking die anymore. I don't feel good yet, but I don't feel like I'm 3 steps away from the grave, which is always really nice. Used to be more athletic, but with my illness, I no longer get as much physical activity, but I still have the same appetite. Hey, I'm in your court. I'm not gonna go too far into my life, and I'm trying not to do the thing where someone's like, I have a chronic illness, and I go, OMG, me too. Do you want to hear about mine? But I just want to say I empathize with you. When I had my thing that I'm never going to talk about on stream unless you literally hold me at gunpoint, I couldn't run at all, and if I got on the treadmill, I would like throw up, and it ruined my life for a little bit. But that's why I love running so much now, is because I couldn't do it when I wanted to do it, and so now I do it in case I can't do it again in the future or something. I don't know. What's wrong with going me too? It's because, okay, I have learned one thing in my life, and I'm trying to learn one thing in my life, and I feel like I'm relearning it over and over and over. But basically, when people talk about their problems, they mostly just want to talk about it. And so you kind of got to adopt the don't just do something, stand there mentality for a lot of other people's problems. I'm trying to get into the habit of just being like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That sounds really unfortunate. If you want to tell me more about it, I'm all ears. If you want to just get it out of your brain. What I'm trying not to do is like, oh, have you tried not eating cheese? Because I hear that works for people. Like, that is the worst thing you can say, especially around like chronic illness and stuff. I remember I tilted because I had something that was going on, whatever. But like, someone once told me when I was going through the thing I'm never going to talk about, like, oh, have you tried just not drinking milk? And I feel like I'm a very calm person. I feel like most things that people say don't bother me, but something snapped in that moment, and I almost went like, because I almost channeled all of the energy of like dealing with this thing for like 2 to 3 years and trying a bunch of stuff into like one person, and they didn't deserve it because they were just genuinely trying to be helpful. But I feel like, yeah, a lot of people just want to get it out more than the full discussion. 100%. Yes, I agree. And there's a skill to that, just being a good listener. And then you can be like, you can literally ask like, are we looking for answers, or are we just looking to talk about it? I mean, obviously you should probably phrase it a little bit better than that, but like, you can be like, okay, is this like, are we talking about it because we want to get it out, or are we talking about it because we're like brainstorming? And then you can kind of split the discussion up from there. But I'm trying not to jump just to like oh, your leg is broken? Well, have you tried like doing more push-ups? Because you can like balance out the like or the classic Reddit thing, like, oh, my grandmother passed away. Oh, have you tried playing Tetris? That's the reason I can't be vented to. I will not shut up with trying to help even when I cannot. It's a hard skill. It's a hard skill, man. And it is a skill. Like, it's just like everything else in life. You gotta just try to get a little bit better at it as you go. See how it feels. There's no answers. That's why it's chronic. And yet, everyone's a doctor all of a sudden when you bring it up, huh? That's all I'm gonna say about that one. Hey, look at the background of our video game. Look at this. You seeing this shit? Look at what Rosati cooked this up. Look at how much better the game looks immediately with the background. Look at how much better this looks. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, it looks so good. The buttons are still pretty awful. The tabs here are still pretty awful. I need to screenshot this actually instead of Rosati. Snipping tool. Like this. Let me send this to Rosati. At Rosati. So I have this placeholder for now. Not sold on the amount of items, but this is the general idea. Probably try to keep the size if possible. Here we go. Oh, dude, I like this song a lot. I was listening to this on my way to I had to go to a clinic today. Which I went to the clinic, but I went to the wrong fucking clinic with the same goddamn name. And so I missed my appointment, and I have to reschedule my appointment, even though I left my apartment and went to go to the clinic, and then I had to email them being like, hi, I went to the wrong clinic. And that's when I noticed in the email, they have a Google Maps link to their clinic. Oh, God. In my defense, though, the link that they have for their like building doesn't have the name of the clinic on the building. So it's like, it has, their Google Maps link doesn't have like the clinic name. It has the building name. And then they say they're on like the X floor of the building. So if you look up the building, if you look up the clinic, you're going to find all of the other clinics that have a similar name. And so I went to the top one on that because it had the same name. But I didn't go to the right building. And the real building was like 30 minutes away. So maybe I could have made it if I really sprinted or something. I don't know. But I just emailed them and said, I'm a dumb idiot. Can we reschedule? So there you go. Yo, Toast, what's sorry. Oh, it slipped out of my mouth. Yo, Odaiwa, what's up? I'm excited to put your music. I might put your music in the game today, actually. I bring up my illness quite a bit IRL because there's practical implications that people need to be aware of. People misinterpret that as looking for pity. What? That sounds horrible. How confident are you that you can finish this on time? We do not. We do not do such discussions here. I don't like the question, so I'm gonna ignore it. All right, what are we working on right now? I'm chewing on some chocolate covered almonds. That's what I'm doing. Oh, doing the gear. That's right. We need to be able to move stuff from the gear cell into the inventory cell. So we have this here. We're going to open the tavern. We can recruit a thing. We can go to the gear page here and we can click and drag and put their stuff in the right, like, cell, basically. Like the right gear area, I guess. I don't know. No, I need to turn my AC on. My apartment is hot. It actually isn't. It's just me. Why? Recruiter simulator. Ugh. My lifestyle's not impacted as severely by the illness as other lifestyles would be. That's fair. I mean, it's still impacted somewhat, you know? Plus, you kind of mold yourself around your own limitations, which is something I'm also trying to learn how to do. It's so hard not to try to all in everything. I have accepted that, like, I just don't. I need more sleep than other people. I can do less with my day than other people, and I have accepted this, and I need to remind myself of it quite often. How are we feeling today? I'm feeling pretty good. I got some good dinner in me. Got an acai bowl. I got some chocolate covered almonds before the stream, which is always nice. Yeah, I'm good. How are you? How are you, human? Welcome in. Easier when your main hobbies are already at-home activities. I would struggle with that, but that's mostly because I use exercise to, like, keep my mental stuff in check. But like I said, different things for different people. It's all good. All right. So how do we do this? I don't remember how we exactly planned it, but I think when I click on this thing, the resource of the cell will update. So, okay, first we need a box that just follows the mouse. So that's easy enough. So it is technically on the UI, but I'm going to make a new container for this. Just to make my life a little bit easier. This will be, it is part of the UI. We could just put it here. This will be a control here. This will be the mouse, points is just kind of normal. I've had the same illness for over 9 years now. Yeah, that's fair. Kind of just, you just work around your own limitations, right? The hard part is figuring out what those are and then sticking to it. Don't know how my Discord account got deleted? You're asking the wrong guy. I also don't know. Mouse gear cell container. Mouse gear drag and drop container. How about that? We're gonna add a thing here. This is gonna be a textured rect. Like this. And step one of getting all of this to work, I literally just want a rectangle that will show above the UI. Awesome. And I want it to be the size of this thing. So, like this. Next, I just want this to follow the mouse. So I'm gonna go here, attach scripts. This is about to be the longest class name of all time, by the way. Class name, I need to zoom in a little bit. It's kind of hard to see this thing. Mouse, gear, drag, and drop container. Yeah, okay. The main UI is anchored to 0, 0 on the top left. So this we can just say function input. Input event. If event is mouse, I feel like it's input event mouse motion. We're gonna set ourselves. So we're gonna say self.position equals event.mouse event.position maybe. I don't know exactly how this works. What a name. Yeah, it's just mouse gear drag and drop container. What's wrong with that? So if I did this right, this should follow my mouse. My God, he's done it. Sweet. Now, this will simply turn off when we have nothing, and it'll turn on when I click on a piece of gear. There we go. Name is too short, should be longer. I got you. That night Corix suggested. There we go. Longer name. All right. So now we have a thing that follows the mouse, which is great. We are going to, does this mean that oh, it does mean all my stuff's about to get consumed though. As you can tell, my events are being yoinked by this thing because it's lower in the tree. So I can't actually click any of these buttons now. That's a bit of an issue. How do we... This needs to like propagate the event. I think it's in mouse. Filter, pass prop. I think it's pass propagate like that. So now if I do this, I can... There's a weird thing where like... Oh, this isn't gonna work, is it? No, not the way I want it to. This actually needs to be on the UI bit. So this is gonna go up one layer. Which means the name's about to get really funny, but... I mean, like this class name UI extends control. We're gonna say not self position because this, I think this will drag the entire UI with me. Yeah, it will. Okay, admittedly though, that's kind of funny. We need to say it's this thing. So we're just gonna grab a quick reference to that. Shit's like bleeding off the page. That's really funny. This step position. And I think if we do that, it should still propagate the events down. Yeah, there's a way where like, I think, is this eating it? Are you taking this stuff? No, it's pass. Are you taking it? I want you to just ignore actually, because it's on the UI element, not any of you. Now it's okay? Now it's okay. Yeah, okay, cool. We just use the element that's like one higher up. Okay. Fair enough, thank you. I got you, no worries. No worries. Getting other people to respect said limitations. That's true. That's true. Also government paperwork. Ugh. Still need to do the paperwork for the generic one. Since I'm currently studying, I have a different one specifically for studies that can't work besides studying. Jesus Christ. The bureaucracy is expanding to fit the needs of the expanding bureaucracy. Okay, cool. So we have this thing now, which is great. So this is dragging around, but it'll be hidden for now. We need something that kicks off this event to make it visible and then also put the gear icon in the textured rec. I think the cells will know. If we go to the cell and we do this, input events, I guess. If event is mouse motion, I think what you want to do, if, how do you do this? You basically determine if it's not mouse motion, it's the click. If event is mouse input, sorry, mouse pressed, pressed? What's the event for this? Not navigation agent, that's not even like the wrong universe. Mouse button. If event is mouse button and event dot rest is pressed, you do this and then you check if this event is within the set of the gear cell. But I think for now I'm going to do print event. Just make sure that this works all correctly. If I do a, right now it doesn't even check for anything. So if I just do a click, literally nothing happens. But these still work. That's interesting. Part of me is like, do you make these buttons? Would that make more sense? You just make a, yeah, why wouldn't that work? You just make a button. What am I doing? If it's a clickable thing, it's a button, bro. That's just, what are we doing here? It's so much easier this way. Button. And guess what size you are? You're the size of the... What? It's already the size of the thing. Why is this off by like 1 pixel, by the way? It isn't? Oh, it's a margin container. I'm stupid. I think it supports for my move, though. Got support because my last home was insufficient in meeting needs related to my illness. Oh. Moved in December. Dude, I hate moving so much. I'm glad your move is over. I'm looking for parts right now, and I just hate the entire process. It's so annoying. Looking for a place to live, contacting real estate agents, then they want to ask you for money, like the audacity. It's terrible all the way around. Cool, so okay, we have a button now, and we can say, in the ready frame, we can hook up the button. Why have I not done it this way all the time forever? This is so much nicer. Maybe it'll explode in like 20 seconds and I'll remember like, oh yeah, you can't ever use a button for this kind of thing. Button.pressed.connect on cell button pressed. The thing is, do we want this to just have the resource that, I mean, it has the resource here. We can set the, yeah, Cobalt, hello. Oh, I need to add your stuff into the game too, Cobalt. Oh, and I need to tell you the rest of the enemies I need. Oh, fuck. Cobalt, you're in the super secret special Discord channel, right? Can you, oh, fuck. I need like 3 enemies. Could you make me 3 enemies? I need to, I'm not gonna just say it. Wanted to ask what enemies you need? Holy shit, same wavelength. Cobalt, you're so cool. I like playing Jackbox with you, but that's enough compliments. I mean, you deserve more, but, so okay, so slash thread. This is the extra enemies message. Cobalt, you're cool, but also a nerd, get owned. There we go. Okay, I'm making it a thread here, and extra enemies. That's fast. How do I want to do this? I think it'd be cool to have a goblin. These nuts. A goblin is like the field guy. If you go to the cave, which doesn't exist yet, you get a golem. If you go to, I need like a third, maybe like a vampire. I don't know. What would be a good, like an easy, medium, hard enemy. So who was reacting French flag to everything? Yeah, goblin for sure. I don't know about the other two. I think like a rock golem makes a lot of sense. You fight like a big rock golem. What else? I don't know. Vampire? Werewolf? Werewolf. I like werewolf. Golem is good. Okay, okay. We could do a werewolf. Or actually, could you just do like a regular wolf? Because it could be wolf is the easy one. Goblin is the hard one. Or you can just do a werewolf. Okay, yeah, do those 3 and then we'll see where we land on that. Yeah, just French bread. Start with the goblin and the golem, I think, and then we can work with those. And if we want to add more stuff, we can. But I don't want to overload you, and I also don't want to overload me. So let's start there and then see how that feels. Where? Wolf? Where? There's a wolf, bro. On ready var. No, this isn't. This. Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. I know what to do. You say this. You say this. And then you have this. It's so simple. And then you say signal on gear cell clicked. Oh my god. You just emit the signal. I'm a genius. Okay. I'm being kind of facetious, but I feel like this is the kind of shit where I feel like I'm starting to maybe actually get good at the Godot engine. And it feels good. And then we go to the guild inventory. When we make the gear, what we're going to do is connect the signal for the gear. And then when that gear thing is pressed, we have a reference to the gear resource that it's connected to. So we're going to do this. Gear update gear page. Yeah. For gear resource index, we're going to connect the signal. And then this will just simply re-emit the index of the thing that was clicked. I'm a genius. Holy shit. Signal gear, that's sear. Gear cell clicked. That should be on gear cell clicked. On gear cell clicked. And then you say this dot gear cell. What did I call it? Oh, this is grid container. get child, update cell. Or so you want to do get child. We should make the child reference call. Well, it's get by index. It's fine. Resource index dot gear cell. We should do it because then I can have the So var gear cell equals gear cell grid container dot get child at the gear resource index like that, and then this is going to be a gear cell that, and then you go like this, and then you go like this. Say this thing. We're gonna say pressed. What did I call it, man? On gear cell clicked. On gear cell clicked. So where am I? I'm not in the right place. Here we go. I'm not in the right place. Here? Guild menu. No. Journey display? Does anyone know where I put my gear? Here it is. On gear cell clicked dot connect. And we're going to say on gear cell clicked dot wait, we need a function that does this actually. Dot bind. And we just bind the index that you're clicking, of course. It makes perfect sense. Yeah, but you can't bind to signals, so this doesn't work. So it should be on gear cell clicked. Let me just make this thing, so function on gear cell clicked. We do need the signal again, so this is on gear cell clicked, and this is the public version that doesn't get called. So we say this dot emit, and we're going to emit the gear cell index, and then here we just simply have the gear cell index, this, and it's an integer. And now when we click on the thing, we have a signal for this. Then we go here in the ready frame. I'm in a good mood. I might be cooking. I need the gear page dot on gear cell clicked dot connect on gear cell clicked. Yeah, what's up, Rasati? Function on gear cell clicked. This is the gear cell index. This is an int. Now we can get the var gear resource equals gear cell index. This actually isn't the gear cell index. This is the gear resource index. Resource index like this. And then if we place the thing, we already have the spot in the list where the index goes. Oh my god. It's fucking, I'm a genius, bro. Let's go. Okay, yeah, gear resource is gear resource index. So now we have the thing that we want. And then we can emit this signal as well if we want. But I don't think that's what we want. Let's do it with the signal. Why not? I think it's easier with the signal. So on gear resource selected, we can go down here and we can emit the gear resource of the thing that's selected. We'll probably need to hold the index at some point too, but I think for now it's okay. Let's get the item to appear in the rec. So here in the ready frame, we're gonna need the gear page. Gear page dot on this thing selected. We're going to say connect update mouse gear drag and drop container. They're calling it the longest function name of all time. On mouse gear drag and drop container. Or sorry, update mouse gear. Yep. And this will have the gear resource. For now, what we can do is simply set the textured rect here to update to be whatever this thing is. I'm actually going to delete this because I don't think this needs a script yet. I'm going to detach this script because I think it's actually okay to just not have a script yet. Because what we can do is we can just do this. This is the mouse gear drag and drop texture. is massively long. This dot texture equals the texture of the gear resource. Gear sprite, like that. Oh my god, we got them. Am I? I don't think I'm using you. No, I am using you. Okay. Okay, now, if everything worked correctly, I can hit this play button. First, the game will not crash. Fuck. We tried our best. Melt access to property or key on gear resource selected on... Oh, you don't have this. The inventory has this. So actually what we want to do is this. Yes. Actually what we want to do is that. And then we go like this. Yeah. Oh, you needed that reference, huh? My bad. Didn't mean to take that away from you. Then we go here and we say UI dot gear resource. Don't actually need this. Don't need this. Because you update the UI, you know? You know what I'm saying? In that case, should I tell you that you're the thing that gets updated? So I do need a script for this? Because I don't want to just call the UI in general. Although it is like the parent container. I think it's okay. Not like that, though. That was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. And now we should have the reference here. Okay, so now I'm going to hit the play button. The game's not going to crash. They love me. I'm going to go here to the gear. I'm going to click this. And I forgot to turn it on. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to go here and say this dot visible. That's gonna equal true now. Actually, I need the whole container to be true. Like that. Okay. Okay. Here. Click. Yes! I have the sprite. Let's go. And it's attached to my thing, which is perfect. I do need to do a thing now where like the pressed event will start. It'll be like a click and drag type deal. I think. Yeah, that's what makes the most sense. So pressed starts the click and drag, which means we'll need to assume that the mouse event is down. And so when you release, we're looking for the release event on the mouse thing. Yeah. Sorry, I was ignoring chat for a sec. How do you get a different type of financial support at the age of 21 if they didn't update the computer system to coincide with the new legal system? Jesus Christ. Bureaucracy is so fun. Game crashing is a speedrunning feature, not a bug. If you can't even get to the menu, I feel like that might be slightly more problematic. But what do I know? I'm not a speedrunner. Maybe that's just part of the... It's like crash percent, you know? I'm doing everyone a favor. You can crash out of the game even earlier than intended. Okay. If this works, it updates the sprite. Now we need one more thing, which is the release event. So we need to say... I don't know if this is the right place to do this, but it's going to be the place I'm going to do it anyways. We're going to say onReady var is gear dragging. Be a boolean and it'll start as false. When we update this icon, we're going to say it's true. Then we're going to say you're coming with me no matter what. So we need to check if things are pressed. Have a bit of a lie down, see you around. Take it easy, get a lot of rest. Don't beat yourself up about anything too much, and then enjoy the cheesecake in the morning. I hope you feel better in the future and do what you can in the meantime. Drink some water too. Drink a lot of water. Water is always. I'm gonna do it here too. Actually, this is for both of us. If I had one life hack to give everyone to feel better about everything all the time. Well, it would be sleep more. But the second one would be exercise more. But the third one would probably be drink a lot of water. Enjoyed the cheesecake before the stream? Okay, well, enjoy it again in the morning, too. Whatever. Get your fucking... Think you can only enjoy cheesecake one time? If is gear dragging... So if it's a mouse button, we're totally fine. Else, if... What language was I using at work today, huh? Else if is gear dragging and event is... input mouse button and event dot pressed equals false. This is basically means we're done with the click and drag. So I'm gonna print this. Done with click with drag. Me when I stopped living with my college roommate that I watched RuPaul's Drag Race with while we played Factorio. But the thing is, like, I'm not done with drag. It's not like I'm like diametrically opposed to it. I just don't really like seek out opportunities to watch RuPaul's Drag Race anymore. All right, so I go to the gear, I click you, and nothing happened. Oh, fuck. This doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because you need to, it's pressed looks for both the down and the up, huh? Ah, that's unfortunate. So this doesn't work. These buttons don't work as buttons. Really? I feel like they should. Can you do a button just on the... Does a button really need a down and an up? That's unfortunate. Can we clip it so it doesn't need to be like that? I think I can't be the first person to have thought of this. Okay, Godot button with only press, no release. Maybe this is a thing. You make buttons only pressed while the mouse button is down. Yeah. Appears the pressed event even moving outside the button image, but it won't send the signal if pressed or clicked if you release outside the button click mask, which in default should be the texture size of the button. It doesn't work at all. I'm a genius. It does. It's called button down, not pressed. Aha. Actually, I'm not a genius. It's the person in the Godot forum who answered my question for me. So if I go to the gear cell scene, we don't want pressed. We want button down. And then everything will work. Watch this. Gear. Click and drag. And look, I have the thing with me. And then if I let go, I should see a message that says I should see a message that says done with drag. Okay, cool. Perfect. So now I go back to this, and I go back to this, and I go back to this guy. This is now gonna say attempt to place gear. And I think we will need the event position. So I'm gonna say event dot position. There's probably a better way of doing this where we signal that we're placing a gear. No, how would you want to do this? It's going to basically cast a raid down and see if it's over an inventory spot. If it is over an inventory spot, it's going to say, hey, inventory spot, can I be placed in you? And the inventory spot will say either yes or no. And if it raycasts down and hit nothing, it'll just snap back to where it came from. For now, I want this to just hide the thing so we can have some like input to play around with. So let's not even pass in the event position because we literally don't need it yet. So we're gonna say is gear dragging is false because we attempted to place a thing. And then we're gonna make this be equals false. And we're going to reset the texture to be nothing. The texture will be no, like that. Does that work? So I'm over here, I go to the gear page, I click on our sword, I have an S and I release and it goes away. Yeah. Let's go. Then I can drag the A as well. Yep, A for armor, of course. Oh shoot, I might need sprites for the armor and the weapon. I only need 2 sprites, but I might need sprites for those. I don't know who is available to do that. I might pester Rasati or Cobalt about that. Okay. Sweet. Cool. Okay, so let's go to the tavern. We recruit a hero. We're gonna go to the gear. I'm gonna click the gear thing here, and I want to click and drag this armor to this thing. Oh, it's already a button. Can you do a... Hang on a minute. Can you do... If I go here, does it have like an on hover? What things do you have? Focus entered? No. We have mouse entered. A minute when the mouse cursor enters the control visible area. There's not occluded behind other controls or windows, provided its mouse filter lets the event reach it, and regardless if it's currently focused or not. Doesn't affect which control receives the signal. Can we, I just want to test something. button dot mouse entered dot connect on mouse entered function on mouse entered. I want to say just print mouse entered. I don't think that this works because of the way the UI like handles the mouse input control. It might, but I don't think it will. If I go to the gear, these work just fine. And if I open this, this also works, right? I have too many things in the console. Can I clear the console real quick? Clear output. If I hover this, it says mouse enter. But if I click and drag this thing, I have to, it's like the impossible quiz. I have to do it without touching anything else. And I drag it over here. It does still work. Okay. Interesting. Can I know when this is released then? To see if it like, how would I keep track of which? Okay, so we obviously we have to have something like this. So on ready var is moused over, is contains mouse, is cursor hovering, is mouse, is me, I think it is focus, is mouse hovered, is mouse entered, is mouse hovered, probably what we want. This is a Boolean and it's going to start as false. Cursor contained, that might have been it. I'm gonna go mouse hovered. Is mouse? Is mouse? I don't know, I can't mouse. This is equal to true. And then we need one more for the exit. Button dot mouse exited dot connect on mouse exited. Makes a lot of sense to me. Function on mouse exited is mouse hovered equals false. So now this has the state of whether or not it's being hovered or not, which is perfect. The next thing we'd want to do then is when I release the click, when I unclick, if you're hovered, I want you to emit a signal saying like, hey, I'm trying to get something placed on me. The problem is this should only be on the, this should only be on the player inventory, because I don't think you should be able to like rearrange your gear in your own. Well, maybe you should. Why not? Yeah, you can rearrange your gear in your own inventory too. I don't. Why would there be? Why would I be diametrically opposed? Oh no, because the resource. No, you can't do that. It's gonna be like what's that one game called? Loop Hero, where like you'll just continue. Well, there'll be some like maximum amount of gear that you can hold. I think. I don't know how to deal with this yet, but I'm going to say for now, let's only make it so you can drop the gear onto the player stuff. So we need one more thing here, which is that I think we can do this. Inputs event. If you remember doing things the hard way? Yeah. 90% chance there's some system specifically for drag and drop built into Godot. I'll give it one Google. Godot drag and drop system. There's a 6-minute YouTube tutorial, so I don't know about that. Godot, oh no. Godot provides a built-in drag and drop system primarily through the virtual methods of control nodes. Get drag data, can drop data, and drop data. Fuck. Wait, that's a thing on just all controls? Oh, I'm gonna look like a fool. No, the AI overview is hallucinating. I literally do not see that. It'd be on all control elements. Node? No. The only ones here are these 5 for default controls. The AI is lying. The AI gave me the wrong answer? What? I can't believe that. I would Google something and then it would be wrong. There is this. Set drag preview. Extends control. Function get drag. So it's not a signal, but it's a thing on the control. It's like a function on the control node. My control extends control, so it'll be in here. Drag stuff. Drag. I don't see it here either. Oh, there's get drag data. This is a method for... What's this method to get data that can be dragged and dropped onto controls that expect to drop data? Returns null if there's no data to drag. Controls that want to receive drop data should implement can drop data and drop data at position to is local to this control. Drag may be forced with forced drag. Oh, so there is. This is kind of cool. A preview that will follow the mouse that should represent the data can be set with set drag preview. A good time to set the preview is in this method. If the drag was initiated with a keyboard shortcut or accessibility drag at position is set to vector2 inf and the currently selected item in text position should be used as a drag position. So you can say get drag data. The thing is, since we're using like MVC, this doesn't quite work the way we want it to. It sounds like, get some accessibility stuff for free. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I would want to use this in the next one, but I don't want to like redo the stuff we already did because it's already working and we just need to do the... Although set can drop data sounds really good. I'm not going to lie. Test if data from a control's get drag data can be dropped. So wait, if I... Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Let's try it. Why not? Drag data. So get drag data. So, okay, so how does this... Okay, go to the call as a method to get data that can be dragged and dropped onto controls that expect to drop data. Returns null if there's no data to drag. Controls that want to receive drop data should implement can drop and drag. Okay. So the thing is, when does this fire? So I just want to see something. So if I just implement, let's delete all of this. Let's pretend that like everything just works. So I can say function get drop. Hates me immediately. Okay, good to know. Get drag data. It's a virtual function, so you can just implement this. Like this. Vector2. So we want to do this. We want to say... Wait, what is this vector2 though? I don't understand what this is. At position is local to this control. I don't know what at position does yet, but I'll implement it so it matches the function signature at the very least. Pass. Can I print and say is dragging? Does this work? So if I go to gear now and I like click and drag, no, it doesn't work right outside the box. No. The answer is no, it does not. Unless the button is eating the inputs. Can I like hide this for a sec? Here. Oh, it is. Holy shit. Okay, we might be cooking with something here. Okay, so I can delete this. So the next I want to return a thing that gives the preview? Do I need like a scene for that? Custom method generating the drag data. I don't understand what this is. Set drag preview. Set drag preview. This needs a control. Shows the given control at the mouse pointer. A good time to call this is in get drag. Control must not be in the scene tree. What? You should not free the control and you should not keep a reference to the control beyond the duration of the drag. It will be deleted automatically. Oh. So we need a... You cannot add it to the scene. That's interesting. That's very interesting. You literally, if you add it to the scene, I'll shoot you with a fucking gun. Good to know. So in that case, I want this cell. This should not be here. I'm gonna kill you. It's a texture direct though, so we can say okay. Let's check this again. So set drag preview, make preview. No, that's their helper function. Okay. Custom method for generating the preview of the drag. So I'm gonna make preview. So function make preview. I'm gonna return a textured rect. Texture rect dot new. That'll give me a textured rect, which is a great, I guess. I'm gonna use this item sprite texture to set the texture rect for now, even though it's not technically correct. So this is the preview, item preview rect. I want to figure this out, because if we can figure this out for every inventory system I make from now until the day I die, I'm gonna use this API because it's really nice. So I really want to figure this out because it would be super clutch. New like this, and then we're gonna say item preview rect dot texture. And I'm just going to set it to the item sprite texture, even though, again, that's not technical. We shouldn't be doing that way, but this is fine. And then we return the item preview rect. So I'm going to say, one more time, it's set drag preview. So set drag preview, make preview. We probably do want to pass in the at position, and then we can just set the position here. So this is the at position vector 2. Then we can say, well, no, we can't. We can't set the position because you're not in the scene tree, brother. When you literally, even in the example, they don't use it. That's really funny. No, this literally doesn't work. So make the preview by, okay. So let's see if that even immediately explodes, huh? Oh, because you're supposed to have this. Yeah, I'm gonna say pass. We might need you later. Very interesting if it works. I agree. This could be huge. Gear. And hypothetically, what if it doesn't work? Wait, what? Set drag preview. Why is this green? Oh, because it has a thing. So this didn't work at all. Get him to cause methods almost not be in the scene tree. It's not. Set drag preview. Make preview. This returns this. Let's do this. Var item preview equals make preview. And then we can like do this one step at a time. I want to see that this gets created. So I'm over here, I go to the gear tab, I click and I drag, and now you're with me. The item preview is this. Can I see what it is, please? No, because it's not in the scene. So how would it get into the scene? Literally, how would this ever get into the scene? I mean, I could add child, obviously, but I don't think that that's quite correct. It needs a control? It is a control. Shows the given control at the mouse pointer. You should not keep the scene control. You should not keep a reference to the control beyond duration of the drag. But this is actually illegal, huh? They do var cp does this thing not new, which is we do textured rect not new. What if we do never in the scene in the first place, the window will draw the draggable image on top of your game. That makes sense, yeah. Let's do something even simpler. Let's do exactly what they do. Let's make a color picker button and just set that. I just want to make sure that this is even like working. There instead we're going to use this color picker thing like they do in their example. And we're going to try that. PPP color equals color. You don't have that, do you? Oh, okay. Let's do this. Sure. I just want to make sure that this works. So we have our color now. Okay, so now if I click and drag, will you give me that instead? I don't need the breakpoints, sorry. I don't see that either. I'm definitely feel like I'm clicking and dragging though. Is it because the UI is hiding it? Like maybe if we hide this bit, is it just No, that doesn't. I see 40 things in the debugger. Ah. Get GUI input. Drag doesn't set a drag preview and return null data. Preview was deleted and drag request ignored. So this is what was broken. This is what was broken. Okay, so I think we're actually okay here. I just needed to check the debugger here. Okay, so let's try again. Click and drag. It hates me. GUI input event. Don't set a drag preview and return null data. Don't set a drag preview and return null data. Do I need to return something? I need to return something that isn't null. So literally, in order for this to work correctly, I literally need to return anything that isn't null, huh? So if I go here now, yo, holy shit, it works. It actually works. It's a little tiny. It should be the same. Drag it to your notepad. I can't believe this works. Why? I don't like the cursor change though. That looks really bad. It's the wrong. That's like the completely wrong cursor because it should just keep your cursor the same. That's strange. You're supposed to return what data you want to move. Yeah, I didn't realize it. I was doing this like one step at a time. I didn't realize it needed to be anything that literally wasn't null. Are you saying this will actually work if I drag it into Notepad? Gear. You lied to me. This shit doesn't work at all. You're just trying to get me on the Notepad thing, huh? Gotta be the next canceled streamer. Okay. The thing is, this textured rect here is scaled a little bit, I guess. What is your this item sprite? Do you have like a texture? Do you have a size? Do you have a scale? Scale is 1 to 1. Do you have a scale? No. So why is the other one so tiny? That's confusing. Look, we aimed at flabbergasted. The game engine does things for you. No, listen. It already did things for me, like making the button press signals work. I'm surprised it has this much depth. That's all. But it already does a lot of the heavy lifting for me. Let's don't get it twisted. Okay, so that actually sort of works, but we need to get the texture to be the right. Something is scaling the texture somewhere, and I don't know what it is. Because this is... Where's the gear stuff? Okay, this is the gear. Do you have a scale? No. Do you have a scale? Oh. But like, how... So, why is it different sizes then? Why is this S like literally 1/4 of the size of the other one? That's so strange. And I can't... It's hard for me to see the actual node. For the drag preview, what is the make preview doing? Just got here. It just makes the actual preview for us to look at while you're doing the drag. So this is the thing this is the textured rect that you see when we're dragging stuff around. But like the scale is really weird on it for some reason. It's so much smaller. It should be, I think it should just... Listen, it's fine. Scale equals vector 2. This will just fix it, but I don't understand why it isn't just like that in the first place. Oh, even that's still not the right size. It needs to be like ×2. All right, let's set drag preview, whatever the sprite variable is. Yes. I maybe don't understand your premise. Does it want to be 2? Listen, it's a game jam game. I'm totally fine with just hacking it. Yeah, it does. Okay. Hey, listen. If it works, it works. I'm not... It's totally fine. We can get rid of this thing now, by the way, the actual item sprite. So this will be the... We don't need color anymore either. We can say... Okay, we definitely still need the item sprite. I'm just realizing. I mean, we could take a copy of this, but the thing is, this scale is locked. And so... If I do that, we're going to have the same exact problem, right? If I just said the preview is this.copy, you can just do this. You can just do item sprite. Apparently not. What do you hate about this? Oh yeah, you can't do that because it's already in the tree. You have to make a new thing that isn't in the tree. You're not allowed to use any. It literally has to be like this. I mean, I guess you could do this dot like copy. But at that point, this just feels... how do you do a node copy? Can you even do that? Is it deep copy? Do nodes even have a copy? I don't know if they do actually. This is okay. We can just do this. This is totally tenable. Cool. Okay, so I don't know why the scale is like this, but I don't really care. Look at that. What the? It's all squished. Wait, what the? Why? Oh, I didn't change this back. I was tripping. Here, S. Perfect. Okay. We need to then return the drag data. This is the part that I don't like, because what this means is we need to capture the gear resource in the cell, and I think that that's bad. I think that kind of violates like the MVC thing that we're using, but also it's a game jam game, so you know. So you know, it's okay. On ready var gear resource. It's a gear resource. And then here we're going to set it. Theoretically, just note what you're dragging in code and ignore the drag data. Could we do that? I don't think so. Because this literally has no idea what it is. It was literally just a thing that got information passed to it top down. What I think is going to have to happen is you're going to have to say gear resource equals this incoming gear resource. Duplicate. I knew it was something like that. Duplicate. And then we just return this. Duplicate. I mean, I can try duplicate. Maybe that fixes my thing. Duplicate. Flags equals int. What? And then you could say the item sprite dot vis dot no, just item sprite. So gear cannot convert argument 1 from object to int. That's true. You can't be doing that. Is it duplicate? How do duplicates the node? Oh, this duplicates the entire node though. That's too much. We do not need to duplicate our entire node. We can just, this. It works. Cool. Here. Now this has the thing that I'm dragging, and so when I release it, we need one more that. So you were duplicating the whole. Was it not like a nested thing? Because mine is like down here. So you would do item sprite duplicate, I guess, or you could do the duplicate onto the item sprite directly. Either way, it's fine. It works. I don't. Maybe one is better. Maybe one is worse. I don't really care. Okay, so we do this. We can set the drag preview, and now the last part of this puzzle is the drag date can drop. Can drop. Yes. Can drop data. You don't have to write the entire data the gear holds the drag. You just write some sort of reference to where the gear is. That's effectively the same, because if I pass in the gear resource, it's already passed by reference. But it's just, it has the reference here now, and it can just do the reference compare directly. Can drop data. So this will be function can drop data like this. But this is not going to live here. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's going to live here. We need one more thing, and I kind of hate that we're going to do it this way, but what were you worried about earlier? I want the game state to be the following. This is the like abstract nodes, and they contain all of the data for the game. And this is the UI nodes. They contain no data for the game. When the abstract nodes, something like an inventory happens, it will say, hey, UI, you need to refresh the gold, for example. The UI at no point will ever understand, it will hold no data ever. Because what I hate doing is having these two constantly talk with each other, because you get these really weird like call signatures where it's like, okay, UI sends a signal to the data thing, and the data thing sends it to another part of the UI, and that sends a signal to another part of the data, and that part of the data sends it to another part of the UI. I hate that. So I'm trying to avoid that by saying all of the data lives in these abstract nodes, and then it passes the data on update to the UI. So I want the UI ideally to have no references, no, like it's literally just labels that get updated and icons that get updated. it's only holding out reference to the data. I think even that can start to get to this, because we're about to get to the point now where when I drop this thing into a inventory on the like player character, the UI element will say, hey, something got dragged into me and here's the data. And so now the UI is going to be passing back to this abstract thing saying, hey, this piece of gear wants to be dropped into this slot. And I want to avoid that. In a perfect world, I would say, the UI would say, hey, in my slot, something just attempted to be dragged there. And all I know is that it's number 7. And then the data would say, okay, can thing from number 7, can it go into character slot 2 or something like that? So this thing would do that calculation, not the node. I wouldn't want the node to do that. But all is that to say, though, it doesn't matter. Both are totally fine. Then just write the number 7 to the drag data. Both are totally fine. I just prefer doing it the other way because it makes more sense in my brain. Literally, which one is better? Which one is worse? Stupid question. They're both functionally the same. I just think it makes it a lot nicer when one thing controls all of the data interaction and the other thing just reflects it. Number 7 is just passing by reference, but explicit. Yes. I mean, obviously it has to have some way of knowing like where the thing is, but what's up, Cumreal? But I don't want it to pass the actual like reference of the actual gear that it contains. In a perfect world, this, because the way we were about to construct it, this never was here. It literally never existed. And then when something got dropped onto this thing, it sent a signal up to the UI, and the UI sent that signal directly back to the actual resource that had the gear in it. And that thing is what got the signal. So the UI would just propagate its signal up to the actual data, and then the data would do all the math. So even in my like other hypothetical situation, there would be no like reference to the number 7 here. But again, does it matter at all, even a little bit? No. The OP scares and confuses me. That's fair. Yo, Viridian, what's up? Welcome in. Okay, so now this does have a resource to this thing. This needs a locked or a gear type. This is null at the start. Well, it can't. That's not quite how that works. This would be a string for now. No. There would inherently need to be a reference because the UI needs to know where the thing it got dragged from. Not if it's all signal bus. Because this would just propagate up that something got dragged onto it, and the UI would know which signal came from like which actual like child index in a list. So it would there is a way to construct this such that this never needs to know any of the data that it's holding. It simply gets its sprite set externally. And then when something drags into it from some other slot, the signal bus takes care of all of the interaction between that data. So you can code around that. I'm not going to show you how it's done because I don't care. Meetings, that's what's up. Ugh, I'm so sorry. The can drop data. So this is going to say if gear type, or sorry, if not gear type, if not gear type, return false. Just immediately no. Wait, so what is this? What does this want? Return type of data equals this thing. Just try to. I don't disagree with you. I also don't care. I'm doing it this way. We could have this conversation for 300 years. There's several ways to program all things. Okay, so this is a Boolean. So why do you hate me? Oh, it needs position and data, I guess, in the function signature. This position and data. Data is the thing that gets returned here. So if you don't have a gear type, you just immediately turn false. Else, if gear type, my way or the highway. Data is a gear resource, by the way. I don't know if it'll let me do that because this technically changes the. No, this is illegal. You're not actually allowed to do that. If data, if type of data. How do you do this? Is it triple equals? No, it's double equals. Like this. Would recommend against doing that though, since it's definitely more prone to fuckery with people closing the inventory while they're dragging something. You could code around that defensively. They both work. I legitimately think they are exactly equivalent. Like, I think, is one way better? Is the other way better? I don't think it. I don't. There is no meaningful way to discern that. You're gonna be like, oh, but what if someone like has it so the abstract events are caught by the filter on the mouse pointer, and then I can equally go like, oh, what if the UI, or what if like the abstract nodes have to update faster than the UI frames get up? Like literally, we could have this conversation for 10 million years. We could talk this forever. Won't work the way you think it will work. Do if data is not gear resource. Yeah. If data is not gear resource. Wait, so I can say if data is not gear resource? Return false. Okay, this is the faster exit, by the way. Because if you don't have this set, you just immediately return false. Then if it's not a gear resource, we also leave. Because user better come back with a goddamn gear resource. And then otherwise we say if the gear type equals the data, which we now know is a gear resource, dot, what is it called? It's the weapon type. So if, also that's not how you do an elif in Godot. So if this is set, then, sorry, if this is not set, then you cannot do this. If data is not in the gear resource, or if data is not a gear resource, you also cannot do this. Otherwise, the gear type and the incoming data have to match. Can I just say the data has to be gear resource in the function declaration? No, because this is a built-in function and it is expecting data as a variant. So if I implement my own thing where data is a gear resource, then it does not match this function's signature. And so this is not the function that will be used. Godot users, when their duck typing backfires and you have to match function declarations. Oh, actually, maybe duck typing is good. Oh, how the turntables. Okay, so we can drop the data if all of these things are true, which means when we have the gear cells for the player character. Wait, so what even, okay. This says if we can drop the data, but it doesn't mean that we actually dropped it, right? Godot calls the method to test if data from a control's get drag data can be dropped at position local to the control. This message will only be used to test the data, process the data, and drop data. Drop data. You implement drop data. Yag, you're my hero. Also, hi, Yag. Hey, Yag. Can I say the bit where every time I show up in chat, well, it's not just me specifically, but anytime I show up in chat ever, you immediately type all caps, hi, sky. I love it. It's my favorite bit. Okay, so this is the drop data, and this will have a signal that just says, hey, this data variant got dropped at me. Can drop is to prevent people from dragging one thing into a different unrelated UI. I figured as much, yeah. That's probably why you have to do the type checking too. That's why it needs to be a variant, probably, because you're gonna get data that isn't that, and then it would call the polymorphic version of the function call, and that's no good either. So this means you can drop it, but here's the part that I don't 100% understand yet. The cell that it's coming from, what, like, how do I tell that thing that it's no longer in the inventory? Because this lets me know at the cell that I dropped it at, that like, hey, I dropped a thing into you, but the original cell, how do I know that that thing is like done with being dropped? You know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? References? I don't, is there any possible way I could get I'd have to propagate the reference through here? Ugh. I hate that a lot. That's gross. So in this thing, I wouldn't return the gear resource, I would return myself? Ugh. Ugh. Gross. I hate that. And then here I would say self, like, item left inventory or something. Have the data resource be aware of which slot it's in. I think I would just give it to myself and have this signal. I would just have this signal up to its parent container, and the parent container can take care of it. This definitely should not have a reference to its own thing in the list. That's going to make my life way harder, just the way, based on the way it's coded. But it can have a signal saying like, I got dropped somewhere else. You just emit that signal, and then the node above it can take care of it. Because that'll have a direct reference to like where it is in its children list. Yes. Yeah. That makes the most sense to me. So that means here I need to pass the actual entire cell, which is a bit of a, kind of hate that. Oh, you can't assign this, huh? You have to do this. Really? You can't have a null assigned to string? I didn't know that. I mean, effectively that's the same as doing this, so I could just leave it like that. Okay, so in that case, the get drag data, we're gonna return us. Like the entire thing. Which means here, we're still gonna do this. The data is not gonna be this, it's gonna be gear cell. So if data is not gear cell, return. And now we know data is a gear cell, so we're gonna say data dot gear resource dot weapon type. I guess that's not too bad. And then the drop data here will be same thing like this. And now we know it's a gear cell. And so this data is going to say data dot dropped into inventory dot emit. And then the parent thing will take care of cleaning all of that up. Only objects can be nullable, yeah, unless it's a variable, in which case null is also a valid variant value. Valid variant value feels like me trying to like hit a nice string of alliteration when I'm writing a script. The valid variant value varied itself vehemently to the only next V word my brain's coming up with is voluptuous, and I'm not ready to call any part of the Godot engine voluptuous. It's just not something I'm comfortable doing today. So this thing will say, I can drop the data, and I double check to make sure that I am a gear cell, but I did get dropped, so I'm good to go. And then the cell that the thing currently is will also emit. So I need a signal here too. So we need two signals basically. First of all, we never need you again. I'm sorry. It just has to be like this. We need signal gear equipped, signal gear left cell. So it's going to be data gear left cell dot emit, and then the next one will be gear equipped dot emit. This is tight. I don't understand what you're supposed to use these like at position for, by the way, but whatever. Yo, Evelyn, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Oh shit, dude, I was locked in. I forgot to run ads. we were fucking trucking, dude. Hell yeah. I do need to run some ads though real quick, I think. So I'm gonna let the video I'm gonna run some ads, and then we'll finish out the equipping part of the gear. Line editing, use them for example to know where insert the dragged text. Neat. Sweet. Holding a reference to your position in a fixed length array is really unproblematic, TBH. It's not a fixed length though. That's the tricky part. If you only have 3 pieces of gear, then the list is only 3. So yeah. But again, we could litigate it forever. It's just different ways of coding the same thing. I don't think one way is better or worse. I think they're both perfectly tenable. We do nothing but code tenable solutions here. Okay, so I'm gonna run some ads. I'll be right back. Need to take a little bit of a break and we get a little snack. You don't have empty inventory slots in the array? Nope. I do not. And I don't want to. It's going to be like Loop Hero, where you're going to have a certain amount of items, and once it goes over, so like you're going to have literally 0, and then once you go over a certain amount of things in the array, it'll just start like deleting items, basically. But you shouldn't be able to, like, I don't want you to be able to rearrange stuff in your inventory. I just don't want to do that system. Okay. Subway Surfers. No, I'll do Minecraft parkour. Next, you'll say, you should make it so the player can arrange their stuff in the inventory. Many ways to do the same thing. Many, many ways to do the same thing. And then, yeah, it's an issue. Yeah, for sure. Okay. I don't think one system is worse than the other, by the way. Zoop. You should make it so you always say hi Yag when you see me in chat. Aha. What's the drag and drop for then? To put it into your gear. So like from the gear page onto the actual character. And if you do that, by the way, it's just going to delete whatever gear was previously there. Because then we don't have to deal with like swapping the stuff around or anything. Way easier. You get gear, it goes into the list. When you click and drag out of the list, it just moves everything up in the list. If you have too much stuff, it starts deleting stuff off the end of it. If you re-equip a new item, it just deletes the old item. It's fine. It's a game jam game. It's way easier that way. All right, be right back. I cannot. We're not doing linked list in Godot. Array is right there. Unfortunately, my game is not a CS 100 project. I will not be doing linked list today. Thank you. I begin talking from far away. I don't jump scare people. Oh my god, I didn't click the ads button. I'm a fool. God damn it. Well, I already got up and got my water. I'm clicking it anyways. My bad, my bad. We got some stuff to do though. Zoop, 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 zoop. I'm back. Hello. We're so back. Wait, this guy's looping gameplay? For real? This is not the Minecraft parkour gameplay, no copyright, 2 hours that I paid for. I wonder how much, like, I'm not trying to say I found another $1 million idea. I'm just curious, like, how much money these videos make. The thing is, I kind of have this theory about every $1 million idea, if you're just copying someone who already made the $1 million idea, is that the niche is filled, the money's already gone. So I'm just genuinely curious. I'm not about to go try to make a bot that like outputs 13 Minecraft parkour videos a day or whatever. I'm just want to know. This is the video. This is history. That's a good video. It's like Netflix but different. You ever find a new creator? You ever find a new creator where you like they're a new Netflix series for you basically, and you binge all of their content and then you run out of their videos? Or what's more cursed, you find a new content creator that you like and you watch their newer videos and their newer videos are really good, but then you go to watch some of their older videos because you want to like watch the backlog. And let's just say the skill level between new video and old video is quite drastic, and you try to watch the old ones but it's just not, they don't have it, they don't got the sauce. That's also painful. But it is like every time I find a new creator, the latest one for me is Godot, which does like Skyrim challenges basically, and I finished him. I watched all of them. I even started watching his like Oblivion ones. I was pretty desperate, man. And the next ones are Fallout. I've literally never played Fallout, especially not Fallout 4. Are we gonna start watching Fallout 4 videos because I'm so desperate? I don't know. The other thing that kind of annoys me though is like when I get into a niche of like, okay, I'm watching Skyrim challenge videos, YouTube then thinks that like my favorite thing on the internet is Skyrim challenge videos, not aware that I just like the one guy that does it. And so all of a sudden my entire feed is like, I beat Skyrim, but only with axes. I beat Skyrim, but only with children. I beat Skyrim, but only by not doing them. It's just like, okay, it's the creator. It's not the Skyrim bit. My shit is actually so cooked, dude. It's just pure Skyrim stuff now. Now, every time NL wants to pop on my feed, he's more than welcome to be there. That's totally fine. I'm surprised I don't get a lot of videos that aren't just like more Minecraft parkour, because I figured like it would have figured out that that's like my thing at this point. But I don't know. Got some LRR in there still. I like LRR. Some Card Market. Like Card Market. Yeah. 1 hour of silence occasionally interrupted by Pikmin. It is funny to me when other content creators are like, you need to put out like consistent high quality videos. Like, I'm a genius content creator. I know everything about content creation. You need to listen to my advice. When in reality, YouTube will just be like, oh yeah, you uploaded 1 hour of literally silence interrupted by a Pikmin. 5.5 million views. Get in. It's God's perfect video. I've never seen anything better in my entire life. Oh, it's so good. All right, so this doesn't exist anymore, obviously. So this isn't on gear clicked anymore. We're gonna have to implement two things here. We also don't need this anymore. Oh, we also don't need this anymore, which is kind of interesting. TBH, that was just a trend a while ago. Yeah, it's just funny to me. Because I think the best advice for YouTube, like, unfortunately, is buy lottery tickets. Even Uma's versions of it. I was kind of saying, I'm not mad about it. Like, listen, if you want to give me 1 hour of silence interrupted by the metal pipe sound, like, I will watch that immediately. Absolutely. It's just funny to me. That's all. It's just funny that, like, basically any YouTube channel that tells you how to run a YouTube channel, it makes me giggle a little bit, because I don't think anyone really I don't think anyone has it 100% understood. Even the YouTube people probably don't understand it. Like, how many videos that are just basically Charlie bit my finger exist? Where it's like, I recorded a 14-second version of my two kids and they did something funny and childish. That video, there's literally like 100 million of that same video. But for some reason, Charlie bit my finger is like the one that gets 30 trillion views, right? And it's just like the timing of it, but not in a way that's like predictable. It's like the content of it, the way it got put into the algorithm, like the heat it got when the video first got posted and like getting picked up by other stuff. It's all of these like compounding things. Like you can tip the scales in your favor, but ultimately it is a lot of just like right place, right time, right trend, right time, like all these things that you kind of can't like control for. YouTube people pretend to not understand it even though they do because they don't want to feel responsible for the heinous crap the algo pushes. No, I legitimately think they don't, because the YouTube algorithm is probably like an extremely complex machine learning model, and you can understand parts of why the algorithm behaves like it does, but you cannot understand the whole. So you'll say algorithm prioritize watch time, and it will start to prioritize or deprioritize metrics that it's not clear to you what those metrics are, even as the engineer that makes the model. It's just the networks are just too complex, and it doesn't make sense. This guy's just saying this in case he's not read the book. Wait, what is this? YouTube channels for dummies. I should have this. This reminds me, I was thinking of starting. Do you want to hear? Okay, I have a completely original idea. I'm going to start a YouTube channel, and I'm going to use AI to come up with scripts for horror stories, and then I'm going to use an AI narrated voice to narrate the horror stories, and then I'm going to use AI to generate like the art that's going to play in the background for the horror stories. So like, I think it's a fucking genius idea. It's original asterisk stories with original asterisk voice acting and original asterisk art. It's so smart, and I don't think anyone has done it yet. I can't think of a single person running a channel entirely with AI yet. I can't name one account. You literally can't. Also, you can't because the account name is probably like OXC44289 underscore horror stories underscore 218993. Yeah, what's up, Moonfox? Welcome back. There are a bunch? No. Say it ain't so. I'm not the first person to think of trying to scam the attention economy by just outputting a bunch of AI slop. No. If you haven't watched anything, the front page is just music videos, news, and AlphaBro nonsense. Yeah, I mean, a fresh account, so it's going to just have the most like viral stuff. Don't know if it's horror stories, but there's a lot of AI channels. No, say it ain't so. You think we'd allow that on YouTube.com and Twitch.tv? Full AI channels? 60 to 70% of AI slop. I bet the number is probably like, almost certainly there's more AI channels than human channels at this point, right? Because like the barrier to entry to make an AI channel is literally a $15 like ChatGPT subscription or something, right? So surely it's tipped in the other way where there's less human channels, more AI channels, I assume. Yeah, I'll go push viral stuff. It's really toxic. Yeah, but even the engineers don't know why it prioritizes that. They can literally only say like prioritize watch time or something, and then what things actually get prioritized there is kind of out of their control. Find a horror story channel and copy their script. Cut the middleman out. Oh my god, wait, yes. That's so good. It's even more optimized. Okay, so you take their AI output. So they pay for the API, and then what you do is you just human narrate the AI thing, and then it's, well, okay, so what you do is you download the Hugging Face like model that can synthesize your own voice. You upload your own data set of your own voice, and then you go find a YouTube video with an entire script, and then you download that YouTube video, and then you use your AI copy of your voice to just re-narrate their horror story. Also, and I feel like I'm making fun of like one very specific part of reddit.com/r/newtubers. But also I've seen some of these videos of like the AI horror stories, and dude, it's so mid. That's the thing that's kind of pissing me off with AI generated stuff is like 5 years ago when it was like Harry Potter generated by AI, and it was just like these weird like Markov chain things, and it was like Harry picked up his wand, put down his wand, picked up his wand, put down his wand, picked up his wand, put down his wand. That's funny. Like when it's so bad, it wraps around to being funny, or like Robo Rosewater when it would create magic cards that would just say target permanent. That's funny. That's funny. When AI is like actually at the point where it's creating stuff that's like funny enough that it's like actually peak, like the whole manager, the green text, that's great. That's really funny. We're in this like hellscape where everything AI outputs is just like the most mid shit ever. And they'd be like, oh, there's a horror story. We've lived in this house for 15 years and there's a door behind us. And my parents said, don't ever open the door. And then one day we heard a knocking at the door, but we didn't open the door because we were told not to open the door. And then 2 weeks went by and we heard knocking at the door again. But this time we opened it. And oh my God, when we opened it, we saw ourselves. But it wasn't ourselves. Our faces were gone. Whoa. Like, what the fuck are we? Yeah, man. Like, okay, so fucking sick. Cool. Fun fact about the bottomless pit AI green text, 6% of it was still written by a human, as is evidenced by the original picture of the site where it highlights the AI, what's AI and what isn't. And that makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, I doubt AI could just like one tap a funny story like that. Faces were gone. Whoa. I deleted Reddit too, and Twitter. Twitter was just like, I could not do Twitter anymore. I would just log in and be like, pure just unadulterated racism and then like OnlyFans bots. I just wanted to have an account where all I saw was rhythm game scores, and it was like, oh, rhythm games on my racism app, you really think we'd allow that? I can't. Twitter is dead to me. I will never log into that website ever again in my life. You would just scroll and you just see a video of someone getting like beheaded. Like, I don't know if that was a bad day for Twitter or if like Musk was tuning the algorithm that doesn't work or whatever. But it was insane. Like, for 2 weeks, I just got the worst posts ever written. And I think part of it is because, like, that's the thing that got more engagement. And so they were just like, yeah, let the racist and not racist, well, everyone's a little bit racist, but let the racist people and the decidedly less racist people just, like, fight it out in the fucking comments, I guess. That's Twitter now. It's crazy. Y2K art, nothing else. I think I got into the wrong pipeline but I will not go on Twitter anymore. I'm done. I think it's also a location thing because there's a little bit of a anti-foreigner sentiment going on in Japan right now, and Twitter does use geolocating. So there was just stuff like, I'm not going to repeat it here, but there was some posts I saw that I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm good on this website. Just a pinch. Yeah, it's okay. Isn't Twitter also the ones that monetized AICP rather than banning generating with their AI model? Yes. To quote the guy that was like running Twitter that day, he's like, oh my God, look at our engagement numbers. Huh? What? Huh? What do they mean by this? Don't love that. Okay, game dev. We were making video games at some point. We're hooking up the last of these cell signals. So this drop data, what we need to do to ever see this thing, these two like signals ever be fired. Actually, I'm just gonna do this print. Can equip. What we need to do is in the hero control, this has 2 cells and they inherit from this stuff. But here we want to set these cells on ready. We want to set the cell weapon type. So we're going to do it like this. So we have the armor cell and we have the weapon cell. And just to make my life easier, accesses unique names because it's just going to... So on ready, we're going to say armor cell dot gear type equals armor. I think it's in lowercase. If someone says you should be using an enum for this, I'm going to hit you with a stick. I know. Gear type equals weapon. I think that's how we did it. I don't quite remember off the top of my head. Just check real quick. Gear resource. Oh, it's set in the actual like UI thing, or it's set here, I think. Yeah, weapon armor. Okay, so now they have their weapon type set. So if it's broken. What do you hate? On gear cell click does not define somewhere, huh? Went to the wrong file. We literally we're not even gonna worry about this. Don't need it. I'm gonna go to gear. I'm gonna go to the tavern. I'm gonna recruit a hero. I'm gonna go to the gear. I'm gonna open this and I'm gonna click and I'm gonna drag the S for sword into the weapon slot. Holy shit, it works. Okay, now to make sure it doesn't like break. If I drag it somewhere else, it doesn't give me that, right? And if I drag it into the wrong slot, it doesn't work, right? But if I drag the armor into the armor slot, it can equip. Holy shit. Let's go. I can't believe that that's all right. We're doing that for every like inventory drag and drop stuff for the rest of time. That's so sick. That's actually so sick. This guy came out as an armor cell. I could no longer watch him. Ah, valid, honestly. Yeah. No, I don't blame you for that. I need to set my Pomodoro timer, by the way, so I don't forget to run ads again. What time is it right now? 10 p.m. 10:45. I'm gonna do another round of stuff. Good news is I drank a coffee before this stream. Bad news is I have to clean my apartment before tomorrow morning because my friends are coming over. Even though they're gonna come over and I'm gonna be like, hey, you can sit on my couch and play my video games, but I gotta work on this game. That'll be a little funny. Oh, you didn't think to look up if Godot had this until I commented on it? Not even use Godot? Shrug shoulder, but you can't see it in because I'm a VTuber? Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of stuff in here that I don't use. Sometimes, honestly, like for you, like sometimes it's honestly faster to just do it yourself. Also, then you understand a little bit better. I'm glad I'm doing it this way, but I'm glad I've done it my own way in the past, you know? Also, it's a game jam game, so oftentimes you don't have time to look through the documentation if something exists. You just gotta fucking send that shit. Game jam. Game jam vibes. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the cell. We're gonna emit these two things. So we need to connect to this. So gear left cell. This means that we've now equipped this somewhere else. And I'm gonna say you can only, you can't, it's a one-way trip. So if you have other gear, you can put it onto your character, but like you can't put it anywhere else. You can't move it from character to character cells either. I'm not dealing with that. Maybe one day we'll deal with it, but right now I'm not dealing with that. So, here, the gear page. When we're setting this stuff up, we're gonna say gear cell. So gear cell dot gear left cell dot connect, and we're gonna bind. We're gonna say on gear left cell this, and then we're gonna bind the reference. There you go. There you go. So that will tell us the thing that we need to delete. And then simply here, we can just bubble this up by one. So on gear left cell, we're gonna say on gear left cell dot emit. We're gonna emit the resource index. And it's like this, go here, like this, on gear left cell. I'm gonna say signal. There you go. And then on the actual thing that has all of the actual gear in it, so this thing, we're gonna say gear page dot, what have I done? On gear left cell dot connect, on gear left cell, go here. We don't need this anymore. No, we don't. We literally don't even need, we don't need so much stuff now. We don't need you ever again, which is kind of sick. Function on gear left cell. This is the gear cell index is an int. We're gonna say gear dot remove at the gear cell index, and then gear page dot update gear page. Update gear page like that. Cool. Maybe in a future world we can like animate it so it kind of like everything moves over by one. That might look cool. For now, it's just gonna snap into place, but that's okay. I'm gonna hit this button. The game's gonna crash. Well, yeah, I knew it. I knew it. We don't need any of this shit anymore, man. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need you. We actually don't need, so we can delete the entire script. Sick. Try it again. It's gonna crash because this needs to extend. Yeah, this needs to extends control. We should probably just unattach the script. Attach script, yeah. So gear, I'm gonna go to the tavern. I'm gonna recruit a hero. I'm gonna go here, open the gear page here. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna drag this sword into your weapon. Explodes. Oh, this needs to pass the gear. Oops. Let's try one more time. One more time. One more time. One more time. Tavern, recruit a hero, go to the gear, open your gear here. I'm going to give you a weapon, which is, or I'm going to give you the sword. That doesn't quite make sense. It needs to clear all of the cells, I'm realizing. Here's the cell. Here's the update cell. Or child cell. I'll just fix this in a second. Web dev mindset, at least in uni with the web tech course, we were very much encouraged to use divs as little as possible and always look if there's a more specific semantic element instead of it instead, since it improves interpretability. Yeah, if I were doing a production application, maybe I would look for more stuff. But again, it's a game jam, so it doesn't really matter. And also the point of game jams is to learn stuff. So like, I think learning how to do an inventory system on your own before just using the built-in is better for me in the long run anyways. How do you feel about the visual novel genre? Love it. I'm just making my own visual novel, but I don't understand some aspects of programming languages. So one of my favorite studies, so I used to be, in college I was a data scientist. Well, I'm a data scientist by trade. And so one of the things I would do is just read a bunch of like scientific articles. One of my favorite ones that I've ever read in my life was basically, if you want to make the best team of developers as possible, you would think you would go to like MIT and be like, give me your top 5 developers, right? But you don't actually want to do that, because if you do that, you've hired the same person 5 times. And so the actual amount of like ideas you'll generate in your team is very low, because you're having people with the exact same opinion. The best teams are teams of people from like incredibly different backgrounds, because you're going to get people that will like, you have like one programmer that does like programming by the book and they kind of do their own thing, but you're going to have people that are like a biologist and they're going to apply the way that they learn biology to programming and come up with different and unique solutions. Are they better or worse? It depends, right, on the situation. All of that to say is that I love when people that aren't programmers come into game dev and do game dev, because that's how you get people like fucking Toby Fox cooking up Undertale, right? Because he's not like a programmer by trade. It's awesome. It's like the best thing ever. You get all of this like cool, weird, unique stuff, even if it doesn't always like work on the first try. Yeah, all of that to say, if you need help with programming, feel free to ask here or in the Discord as well. I'll put the Discord in both chats. We have a lot of people that can help out with programming if you're like looking for help with programming. But if not, like, just be a person who loves visual novels and you'll probably cook something up that like programmers that make visual novels wouldn't think to do. It's really cool. You get one of those and 4 people that have nothing to do with CS. Possibly. Yeah, it's I love to see that. Literally the best team I ever worked on, one person was a physicist, one person was a biologist, me, a mathematician, and one person who was a programmer, who was like a software developer by trade. So it's the best. I love when non-programmers program stuff. Okay, so this is the child cell for, it's a gear cell for child cell in get children. And we're simply going to say that all of the resources, we're going to say reset cell. I'm saying I hate programmers. That correct. Yes, that is exactly what I was trying to say. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for understanding. I really appreciate that. Function reset cell. This is going to say that the gear resource is nothing. That's not how that works. Gear resource is null. The gear, so this gets reset, and then the item sprite should just go back to being visible false. I just realized if we try to click and drag from an empty cell, it probably explodes, right? So get drag data. If gear resource, or if not gear resource, then I just want to return nothing. If there's nothing here, you're not allowed to drag any data. There you go. Okay, so this resets the cell. It sets this thing to be null. It sets the sprite to be not visible. I mean, technically it should reset the texture to, let's just be thorough. It doesn't technically matter, but this is equal to null. So that'll reset the cell. So now when I click and drag, it'll just reset all of the stuff. Got distracted by your himbo charm. Wrong adjective. I don't think I got that in the bag, but have a good lie down. Have a good rest. Take it easy. I want the job market to get more cooked. Yes. Yes. Yes, exactly. Yes. 100%. What do you hate? Trying to assign a value of grid container to... Oh, it's this thing that gets this thing that gets you. Try again. We have the gear here. This doesn't work, right? Okay. Tavern, I recruit this. I go here. I go the gear here. I'm gonna put the weapon here. Let's go. It works. I'm realizing I don't see the weapon here though, which is a bit of an issue. Did I see it previously? No. Oh, because we're never actually doing the equip yet. We're never doing the equip yet. Right, that makes sense. What do you hate here? Signal gear left cell is already connected to given callable control on gear left cell in that object. Does this need to oh, it needs to unbind all of the stuff too. How do I unbind? Anyone? Anyone know how to unbind real quick? Gear cell or child cell dot gear left cell dot disconnect. Will this crash if it's not already connected? Or it probably is smarter than that, right? Debugger 37. No, it is not. How do you do this? So if child cell dot gear left cell is connected to this, then unconnect it. Probably how it works. Debugger only has 7. That's a great sign. That's a great sign. Cool. So this will reset all the signals, move everything over to the left. Cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. That works perfectly. Okay, so what next? Great question. Thank you for asking. Let's see. So we reset everything here. We need to actually equip this stuff. So if we go to the actual cell, this is the next bit. And we're gonna emit the data.gear resource because it's a gear cell, so it should have that. Yeah, gear resource here. This is the thing we actually want to equip. We're gonna emit it up, which means the stuff in the actual like hero list thing, this thing needs to actually connect to these signals as well. So it's gonna do these two things, and it's gonna say armor cell dot gear equip dot connect on gear equipped. I'm gonna say on armor equipped. Technically, these are the same function, and you could do like polymorphism. I'm not gonna worry about that right now because there's only two things. Connect on weapon equipped. So we're gonna have two things on weapon equipped, on gear equipped. So on armor equipped, function on weapon. They hate me, huh? What did I ever do to you? And these will both have gear resource. So armor resource, it's gear resource like this, and then we're gonna have weapon resource, gear resource. This. And again, you could like technically do polymorphism because you have the gear resource, you have the weapon resource inherent from the gear resource class, and the gear resource would know kind of the type that this thing is, and then it would use polymorphism to call the right function calls. You wouldn't have to make two versions of the same function. I don't care. It's a game jam. I'm doing it this way. Polly, what now? You keep your workers making new stuff. Me listing Polly in my like Tinder bio. They're like, oh, are you Polly? Like, no, just polymorphism. I like it when you can call function. You can command me to do things with different arguments, and I will call different functions accordingly. There's a joke about like twink polymorphism, but I'm not salient enough to make it. So this is going to update this cell, and I think it already has like a set. Yeah, it does update cell, so we can just do update cell passing the gear resource. That's first and foremost. So So here. Nope. So here. All the way down. Nope. So. Huh? This is just a pass through. This should just be a pass through. This should just bubble it up one thing to the actual like hero node. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Yes. On armor equipped dot emit armor resource. And you're never gonna believe what this one's gonna be called. I know. On weapon equipped weapon resource. So we need these two signals. Signal. I'm gonna do weapon first. I don't know why. I feel like your weapon should come before your armor. More of an offense guy, you know. Okay, so now all of this is here in here on ready. The hell is my ready function? Don't got one. All right, all right, fair enough. Function ready, go. I need the display. This guy on armor equipped dot connect. On armor equipped. Whoa. Where do you think you're going, huh? Hero listing on weapon equipped. Connect. On weapon equipped. Now we do need to update the UI. This deals with all of the stat stuff. So the UI actually, what the fuck is this? We do need to update the UI stuff as well. And we already have the reference, so we can say armor cell dot update cell armor resource. Armor resource. And then this one, we can do the same thing. Weapon cell dot update cell. This will be the weapon resource. Okay, now the UI should at the very least update. Yeah. And then here we need to make these two functions real quick. All the way down to the bottom. Oops. This will be the weapon resource. Gear resource. And then we reflect it. Armor equipped, armor resource. This is where we need to actually like, add the stats in, but again, don't worry about that right now. It's okay. We haven't actually made the stats on the gear. This is all just UI stuff. I go to the tavern. I recruit a hero. It's awesome. I go to my gear. Oh my god, I have starting gear. That's awesome. I need to equip it onto my character. I'm gonna go ahead and put this sword into the weapon slot. What? That doesn't seem quite correct. Why is that an A? Are you also an A? Oh, you just crash. That's interesting. Huh. Airsprite on base object nil. Update cell. It appears that I have not properly propagated this. I would imagine. If I go here. Armor resource. Do I connect these properly? Armor cell on armor equipped. Okay, let's go one by one because something weird is happening. Ah, true. Here, put the sword here. Okay, the weapon resource is. What the fuck? Why is it the armor? That doesn't make any sense. How am I getting a reference to the armor? What? It's clearly the armor too. I think I know what's happening. I think I flipped these. Armor cell gear type is armor. Armor cell gear equipped on armor equipped. Weapon cell gear type weapon. Weapon cell gear equipped on weapon equipped. On weapon equipped. Weapon resource. Weapon cell update. Armor cell update. On weapon. Okay, so this. What the fuck? Gear page. What do you got in your stuff right now? How is it the armor? What the hell? There's a part of me that thinks that these need to be flipped. Maybe this fucks with the reference. Maybe it needs to leave be equipped and then it can leave the list? I don't know. Yeah, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now it'll work. Okay. I was deleting it out of the list before moving it, and I guess that means the reference was by the index or something. I don't know 100%, because it shouldn't be doing that. They should only really be talking to each other, but I don't know. It's okay. It works. We can equip armor and swords. You can try to click it out of here, by the way, and it just literally doesn't work. And I think the way I want to get around that is you can't move it out of your inventory. So if so git drag, we're gonna say if gear type return null. You're just not allowed to click and drag out of your own inventory. You can't put it anywhere else. You can't like put it back into the thing. I mean, you gave it to your adventure. You know, they're gonna want to keep that. Okay, we're good here. So you can't remove the armor, that's optimal, because then I don't have to worry about like putting it back into the inventory or anything. Sweet. Okay. This is done. This is done. Don't need any of this. This is all different now. We haven't received any gear from the journey yet, but we can do that in rolling. The next thing we want to do is add like tooltips to the gear and also stats onto the gear. Is that what I want to work on next though? I think so. I think it is, yeah. We can get that working. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, so we need to make like a tooltip thing when you hover over it. Should the tooltip come with you when you like click and drag? Is that how it worked for Gambit? Gambit mentioned? I don't think it was. I think in Gambit, it was only when you hovered over the thing. So on hover, we need to like display the tooltip. So we need to build the tooltip into the gear cell. We also need to roll stats for the gear. And this is the point where like having the different types for the different gear might be really helpful, but I think it's okay. I think this is perfectly tenable. Okay, yeah. So gear stats, because otherwise the tooltip will have nothing to display. So we'll do the gear stats. We'll do equipping it changes your stats. I want to update the stats page too, because right now it doesn't actually reflect your character stats. And that way when we do this, we can call update stats and it'll display all the stuff with your upgraded gear. Cool. So 3 things to do then. 1, fix character stats. I'm going to go up here, fix character stats. We're going to say stats, update stats graphic function, add stats to gear. And then we're going to do one more thing, which is equipping gear gives stat bonuses. Like that. Cool. Ooh. We made some good progress today. I'm a little bit worried. I think the game it's really basic, and I don't know if it's like fun or not. It's like fun to watch number go up, obviously. That's never like a big problem. But like there's not like pressure to do anything in the game, you know? That might be a little concerning to me. I think one thing I want to do is when you recruit a hero, so you go here. Why do I not have a background, by the way? I like turned it off. It looks so much better with the background. So when you recruit a hero here, one thing I want to do is when you actually send them out on their journey, I want this to open a menu where you have like an easy, a medium, and a hard. So if you do the easy one, you're like almost guaranteed success. The medium one is like 50-50, and then the hard one is really tough. But if you win the hard one, you get like really good gear. I think that'll make it a little bit more interesting than just clicking the button and having them like go out on their way or whatever. And then like the 3 things can have different like locations too. It kind of depends on how much time I have to work on this tomorrow and how I'm feeling like motivation wise. But yeah. Creepy old man that always follows you, and he walks slow, so you can't really AFK for 24 hours or he'll touch you, but he's still slow enough to be safe. It's like the snail, the fucking deadly snail. You should basically always win versus the goblin, but you won't get very much money. But you can still like level up. Yeah. And then you defeat the thing, you come back from your journey. I still need to fix that bug, but whatever. You come back, and then you get some money, so you can recruit more heroes. I think I need to make the heroes like a little bit more expensive as well. Because otherwise you can just like load up at the start. I want you to be able to like get one at a time. I also want to tween the gear so you can actually see it goes into the gear page when you actually complete the thing. So there's lots of stuff to do. Yeah, the next one is the stats, because right now, like, literally the stats page doesn't even work. If you click on stats right now, it literally, it just says everything is 10. Would I take on the snail challenge? Yes, absolutely. Don't you get like $1 million or something? Also, you're an immortal or some shit? What are the stipulations on the snail challenge? I don't think it would be that hard to just move every like 2 years. I just flip back and forth between like Japan and like France or something. If you're an immortal, come on. You get $1 million if the snail touches you, you die. It's only $1 million? I don't think I would do it for $1 million. $1 million is a lot of dollars. Don't get me wrong. Like, if you wanted to say right now, Sky, do you want $1 million? I wouldn't be like, that's a little beneath me. But that's not enough money to be able to like move around a whole bunch of times, you know? $10 million? Done. $10 million, I have enough money, I can like get the fancy visas for all the countries I want to move to, and I just relocate every like 2 years or whatever. How fast does the snail go? Average speed of a snail. No, I don't want AI mode, please. An average garden snail can go about 0.048 kilometers per hour. Okay, cool. Distance from NY to Tokyo. Distance from New York to Tokyo is 10,846 kilometers. So doing some back of the envelope calculation here, we have 10,899 kilometers. The snail goes at 0.048 kilometers per hour. So it'll take about 227 hours for it to go from New York to Tokyo. Divide by 24. So it takes about 9,460 days. Divided by 365. You're telling me all you have to do is move every 26 years? Are you joking? That's easy as hell, bro. I did the math. Yeah, garden snail. Oh, I only have 26 years to. I've only been on this planet for like 26 years plus change. Will you remember to move? You're telling me you in 26 years you wouldn't remember one time to be like, I need to move? Also, there's a funny thing here where you just like wait exactly 13 years and then just like fly back and forth, and the motherfucker just gets like trapped in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It'll catch a plane. It's also smart. If the snail can get on planes, fucking no. I'm not gonna. No, because then I'll have no idea where the snail is. No, absolutely not. No. No planes. Absolutely no planes. I wouldn't even do that one for 10 million. Absolutely not. If the snail is coming at me, you're immortal, the snail's immortal, the snail's always coming after. If the snail is going at regular snail speed, then yes. If the snail can like get in a car, then no. What? Then the snail can go as fast as I can. So I'd have to move like every 10 seconds. It'd probably just get on my fucking. I'd be in the goddamn like lobby waiting to get on my plane, and I'm gonna like be chatting up the people next to me, and I'm gonna look over, and who's reading the newspaper right next to me? The fucking immortal snail. It absolutely not. No. That motherfucker has to like slither. What do you call a snail movement? It has to squirm? It's not walk. Slide? What movement is that? What's the word for that? So it has to slither. My brain is saying slither, but that's more of like a snake thing. What do you call the movement snails do? Scoot? Crawling? Glide? Glide would probably. Yeah. Sliding? Gooning? That's what that word means. I kept thinking about it. Snails crawl? Creep? Oh, creep. The immortal snail for sure. The immortal snail is creeping. Yeah. I like creep. That's the correct word for sure. Yeah, creep. Immortal snail is creeping towards me, bro. Ugh. Okay. What were we? Does anyone remember what we were doing? I certainly don't. We're making video games. I think that's what we were doing at some point. Okay. Oh, we need to update this thing. Okay, we need to update the stats display. Hero node. We're going to update the stats here in just a second, but first and foremost, where do you actually get your stats set? Update, start return journey. Because you have this thing, so where do we set this? Set hero resource. Okay, we're gonna do one more thing here, which is hero listing. Update stats. We're gonna pass in the hero resource. Yes. So we're gonna make this thing real quick. So we have update HP, right? And then we're gonna have update stats. So we're gonna go find this. We're gonna grab this thing on the hero listing like this. We're gonna make that function. So function update stats. And this will take in the hero resource. Hero resource like this. We're gonna say pass. Whoa, like this. Okay. Cool. This needs to update all of the labels. So it's just gonna go basically one by one, but we need access to all of the labels first. So I don't actually know which one they are. Push this for a sec. This is the actual label. Okay, we have them actually already. So we're gonna do this, access by unique name. We're gonna go back to the control. I'm gonna grab all of this. And then we can just go one by one basically. So max HP label. Dot text equals string. Hero resource dot max HP. And then we're gonna just keep on keeping on. Attack label dot text equals string. Hero resource dot attack. The defense label. To be honest with you all, this is you just have to bear with me while I type each of these out individually. Defense, like that, and then finally the speed label. Dot text equals string speed label, like that. Dot nope. Hero resource dot speed. Now, part of me thinks we could do like base speed, and then you display like the modified speed, and then you can do like other modifiers. I think we should do that because it's gonna, when you like unequip gear, it's gonna change your like base. It's gonna change your speed and everything. And I wanted to update with that accordingly, but I think it might be easiest to just recalculate like a calculated speed. For now, I'm just gonna do plus minus. Yeah, I'm just gonna do plus minus because it's a game jam game. It doesn't really matter much. What if you had $10 million, but you had to go find the snail instead, and each day 50K will be deducted? If I don't find the snail, so I have to find this. No, because that's just a job. The point of the $10 million is to like buy my freedom, so I don't have to work anymore, and I can just make like games all the time. It doesn't work if every day I have to go find a snail. That's a 9 to 5, you know. It probably has overtime too. Nah, that's not it. Not it for me. You have to find him once? Maybe I'll only have to find him once. Look at the stats work! Yay! Let's recruit another one. What are your stats? Beautiful. 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 All right, so now we can equip the gear. So the gear actually needs to roll its stats. So where is the gear resource? Okay, so let's be export var bonus attack is an int. Export var bonus armor is also int. Maybe in the future we do bonus HP or bonus. Yeah, why not? Why can't? Okay, so if it's a weapon, it should have bonus attack or bonus speed. At export var bonus speed. Why not? And the armor will give bonus defense or HP. At export var bonus HP. Bonus attack, bonus should be like this. Match it with the other stat blocks. Bonus HP, bonus attack, bonus defense, bonus speed. So weapons can give attack and speed. Armor gives HP and defense. Oh, one other thing we need to do is like when you're not on a journey, you need to regen HP. Regen HP when not on journey. That's done. Stats to gear, done. When we roll these things now, we're gonna roll some starting stats. So we're gonna go to main here. We're gonna go to the gear thing. Wait, guild inventory. We need a way to roll gear. So function roll gear, gear type, gear level. Let's be an int. Gear type will be a string because we're just using a string for everything else. This. And then this will roll the gear. So let's say, for example, we want to roll a level 1 weapon. We're going to go here and we're going to say if gear type. Well, we should do it like this, actually. If gear type equals weapon, we're going to say return roll weapon, gear level. Else, elif gear type equals armor, say return roll armor gear level, like this. That way we can just have these kind of like split up in a nice way. Let's make these two functions. Roll weapon, function out in front. This. Let's say pass for now, and then function roll armor pass, and this should be like that. And then we can have the weapon level. It's an int, and then the gear level. It's an int. And then what we do is we simply create a new weapon here. We're gonna say this. We're gonna say for level in range weapon level. The gear will get random stats per like level up, so you kind of like power level the item basically. There's actually an easier way to do this where you can multiply the like ends of this thing by the level. Maybe that makes more sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. We're gonna say so var new weapon equals this thing. We're gonna say new weapon dot bonus attack is equal to, let's say for each level you can either get +1 to 3 to your like stats, I guess. So we're gonna say bonus attack is equal to rand I range 1 times weapon level to 3 times weapon level, like that. And the new weapon dot bonus speed equals rand I range. My bad, it should be rand I range. We're gonna do the same thing, but speed can get zeros. So this times weapon level and 2 times weapon level. So the speed will always be a little bit lower, just because it's just variety is the spice of life type shit. We're gonna go here. This will be the same thing. Instead of new weapon, it'll be new armor. So this will be new armor. New armor. And then obviously this is gonna change to armor. And this will change to armor texture. And then instead of bonus attack, I'm gonna say bonus HP. No, I think it makes more sense for the bonus defense. Because you get a lot of HP just from like leveling up. So the bonus HP will be lower, I guess. I don't know, it's fine. This is armor level. Like this, and then the bonus max HP will be the same thing. Like this and like this. And I don't know if I called it bonus max HP, to be honest. Bonus HP, it should be a bonus max HP. Doesn't really make that much of a difference, to be honest with you. Cool, now we can roll the stuff. So roll gear, roll weapon, roll armor. So I can just say roll gear weapon, and yeah, so I can do that. Create initial gear. We're gonna say add gear. We're gonna go like this. I'm gonna start you off with a level 1 everything. Give me a gear with nothing. Nothing. This. First one we're gonna be roll weapon. This will be a sorry, roll. Well, we don't really. This is what is this? This does nothing for anyone. We'll say roll armor. Roll armor. Armor level will be 1, and we're gonna say roll weapon. With everything. Give me a level 1 with everything. Extra everything. Give me a level 1 with no bonus. No bonus. Hey Jimmy, give me a weapon with nothing. Nothing? Sorry. That That clip's been living rent free in my head for a little bit. To be fair, it's a really funny clip. So can you blame me? Okay. So if I hit play now, I should have stuff with gear sprite on base of object nil. You hate this, huh? Why do you hate this? I changed something about this inventory thing. Oh, eagle-eyed viewers among you may spot it. I never returned the fucking... Oopsies. Okay, so I go here. I have the gear now. I'm going to go to the tavern. I'm going to recruit a hero. I should be able to see their stats like this. I can go to the gear. I can equip the gear. It doesn't do anything. We didn't do the equip gear yet. So here we're going to say on weapon equipped, we're going to say hero resource dot attack plus equals weapon resource dot bonus attack. Hero resource dot speed plus equals weapon resource dot bonus speed. And then update stats. What did I call that? Where? Set hero resource. Hero listing update stats. And then here we're going to do the same thing. So this is instead going to be so hero resource max HP. This thing plus bonus max HP. Please. Bonus. Wait, what? Bonus max HP, right? Oh, this is armor resource. That's why. Oops. Yeah. There we go. And this will be defense. Is this plus defense? Now you might notice something. Has anyone spotted the terrible, terrible bug that I have created? Dial in now. Here listing dot update max HP. Max. Update HP bar? Yeah. Current HP, max HP. Your resource. What's the bug? What's the bug? It's a very funny bug. Hero resource dot current HP. It's not bash? You fucking got me on that one. Also, it's a bad cop. I was looking at your stream earlier. I got transferred in with the Booyah raid. But I was also chilling on my couch, and so I was only proximally watching. But I hope you had a good stream. No? Why no? Isn't that good? Isn't that good that I watched your... Why is that bad? I'm confusion. So we have stats here. We're gonna go to the gear page. I have my placeholder sword. I'm gonna go to the gear. My attack right now is 8 and my speed is 5. I'm gonna go to the gear. I'm gonna equip my weapon. It exploded. Attack with no C, it appears. I'm gonna go to my stats. It didn't work because nothing happened. Let's try the armor then. Let's try the armor. Also didn't work. Hero resource what do you mean defense doesn't exist? You tripping? It's a hero resource. What do you call this then, nerd? It's literally called defense. What? One of us is losing it. Oh. Fair enough. You got me. All right, try it again. We go to the tavern. We recruit a hero. You're welcome to the team. You have no gear. Your stats are 26, 6, 4, 5. I'm going to go to the gear page and I'm going to give you a sword. Wait, what are the stats again? 6 and 5. I give you a sword. 8 and 7. It worked. Yeah. Now here's the funny bug. You may have noticed I only ever add stats to your current stats. So if you were to say equip another sword, do you know what would happen? You would just have both swords equipped. Same with the armor. You could just continue to equip more things until your character becomes God. That gave no HP, huh? Why didn't it update this thing? Oh, my bad. Max HP. This really just take the whole resource, but... Yeah, the good news is there's only one piece of gear in the game, so... Okay, no swapping. It's going to be like Loop Hero, where if you equip another thing, it'll just destroy the old thing. So you'll have constantly just better and better gear coming in. So I'm not really too worried about it. No, you can't swap. Once it's in there, it's like locked because I just didn't want to. I didn't want to program like doing an actual full inventory thing. It's just once it's there, it's there. Once you're here, you're family. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Cool. Everything here works. Last thing, if you already have a weapon equipped, we're gonna set the armor and weapon. If you already have the weapon equipped, it'll subtract the stats and then it'll give you your new stats, if that makes sense. Yo, what's up, iFunny? Welcome in. So weapon resource like this. We need both of these. So on ready our weapon resource. This is a gear resource. And on ready var armor resource, gear resource, that. So like I said, if these already, if you already have one, we need to underscore this. If you already have one, we're going to subtract it. So if weapon resource, say weapon resource equal weapon resource. You have to wake up in 3 hours. Go get some sleep right now. I promise you, and I know your body will tell you that this is false information, but I am an advocate for like getting, even if it's only like an hour and a half of sleep, I think you're better on an hour and a half of sleep than you are on no sleep. I do not believe in the all-nighter philosophy. I'm an all-nighter hater. I think I'm a sleep maxer at this point in my life. I think sleep is like OP as hell. I think it's so good. So if I had the choice between getting a little bit of sleep or none sleep with left beef, I would take a little bit of sleep. I'm a little bit of a sleep gamer. I think it's better. I think overall it's a you come out ahead. Sleep is for the weekend. I'm on 1 HP. Go take a nap. So if you have a weapon resource, we're gonna do the opposite of all of this. This, you equip the new thing, minus equals this, and then we're gonna flip it over here. This, and then armor resource. Yeah. Not tired, but I will be tired in 3 hours. That's the fun of it all. Oh, I love that. I love when my body does that. It's so sick, actually. Armor resource like this. Subtract the previous stats. And then add the new stats. I don't know if this works because we don't have like other armor, so we can't actually test this right now, but it's okay. Okay, now, what's next for us? I think the next part of like the game. I thought something was weird. The next part for the gameplay loop is then when you complete a journey, you get loot. So not only do you get some gold, but you also get loot. So you're going to do this. You're going to go over to the gear page. You're going to equip their armor. You're going to equip their weapon. You're going to say, oh, look at your stats. They're so good. Go ahead and go on your journey. Something broke there. Something broke there. Hang on. Did this work? Tavern. Gear. What are your stats right now? 652. 652. 682. No, it still worked. It still worked. Yeah, 98. Okay, no, it's still working. It's still working. It's still working. Yeah, so when you complete the journey, you should get armor. And it'll roll depending on the level of the journey. Ryan is making a UE5 for Game Jam. I want to go back to Godot, but it's interesting to learn the blueprint system. I think visual scripting is awesome. I personally, I don't want to use it because it's just not how my brain, I've coded in the other way for too long. It's not how my brain works. But for some people, it like absolutely clicks for them. So I think visual scripting is awesome. I think blueprint is super sick. Some people, that's just how some people's brain work, and it just works better for them. And I just want more people making games. Actually, I want less people making games so that mine look better by comparison. Sorry, I take it all back. Have you ever felt inspired to make video games? Just don't. Just give up. Honestly, don't ever make any video games. I want to be the only one making games. No, actually, that wouldn't work because then I would have no inspiration, and my games aren't that good yet. I need a little bit more time to cook before that can become a reality. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Unfortunately, my timer went off, which means I need to take a small break, and I need to get some tea, and I need to rest my voice for a moment. So I will be right back. I'm gonna run some ads, and I'm gonna put on some Minecraft parkour. Don't go anywhere, or do you know if you got other stuff to do? Go take a nap or something. Guess I'll stop then. No, no, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I need to steal ideas from your games. You can't go yet. Okay. Here's some. We're gonna continue the Minecraft parkour we were watching. There you go. Coded in Scratch for a little too long. I think I forgot how Lua works at this point. That's okay. I mean, Lua's kind of janky anyways, but like what you're really learning is just the brain of how to problem solve. That's the hardest part of programming. Just taking big problem, make big problem, small problem, and then code small problem. There you go. Doing exactly what you're doing, so I ain't got nowhere to be. Fair enough. Record scratch, freeze frame, a guy sitting alone in his apartment on a Friday night. You're probably wondering how I got here. Just kidding. I fucking love making games, so this is actually a great use of my time. I do not adhere to your social contracts that say I need to go out every Friday. I'll use the other Fridays. Also, people are coming to my apartment tomorrow to hang out and play games, so fuck you, guy I just made up in my head. Why are you being so rude? Ugh. All right. I need to rest my voice for a minute. I will be back in just a moment. Till then, have some of this. Have some Minecraft parkour. And I'm going to make some tea. It's going to be great. I'm going to get very cozy. Get a blanket even. Yo. I'm going to be cozy streaming when I get back. All right, I'll be right back. I resume from far away, so jump scare. No jump scare. Ah, it's a good break. I feel like my my pulse dropped like 60 points. I was kind of locked in for a minute there. I could tell because my voice was getting a little bit strained. I think take a big break every like 45 minutes is the new streaming meta, at least for me. I don't understand how people can do this, but like just literally talk for hours, man. It's crazy. It's nice to get up, I get a little snack, get some tea. I mean, I'm sure the numbers don't appreciate it, but like it's it is funny to me. Oftentimes I will take the ad break and the number goes down and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Sometimes I will take an ad break and the number goes up by a lot and that confuses me. Because that means this is more entertaining than I am, which to be fair, I know when I'm beat. Yeah, fair, like you got me, whatever, fair enough. Anyways. I have my tea now though. It's a little too hot though. I can't actually drink it yet, but I have the tea. There you go. Start to get used to taking breaks. That's true. That's true. Also, Toolshed, every time I see your name, I think it's Toughshed, the Twitch account for the guy for Alex from Reply All fame. I don't know why. I needed to share that information with you. It's not what your name is. You're like a completely different person. It's just a similar thing, but I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a bit. Wait, what? Wait. Oh, no, okay, I thought I was tripping. Dude, the like Twitch chat thing like completely snapped in half for a second. Do I know who that is? Perfect. That's probably for the best. Reply All was a very good podcast. And then they made basically a hit piece on Test Kitchen or something. Not Test Kitchen, but they made a hit piece basically on another like media outlet that was doing like really bad anti-union busting practices, and then it turns out the call was coming from inside the house. So the whole podcast disbanded. A bit of an unfortunate situation, but some of the people there were pretty cool, so I don't know. Unfortunate. Yeah, they were like, can you believe this company's doing this union busting stuff? And then people were like, hey, just thought I'd let people know that the like Gimlet Media or whatever, they're doing the exact same thing. It's like, that's not great. Don't love that. All right, what were we working on? Certainly something. Fix death mechanics. I'm not too worried about that. Regen mechanics. Not really too worried about that. Make the hero listing scrollable. We could do that. UI elements for encounters. Oh, this is like hitting encounters like on the actual journey. I'm not gonna mess with that yet. Tavern we could do. Levels we could do. Let's do this though. The receive gear from a journey. That's the most important thing next, I think. How do we want to do this? Mataloop, how far are you into the jam? We have technically 2 days left after today, which is a little bit scary. But tomorrow and Sunday, both of which will be much longer days. So today is only like probably 3 or 4 hours tops. But basically, we have a game where you are the manager of a guild. So you have your guild hall here. You can see like your money and your rep. There's a much nicer version of all of this stuff. It's just not done yet. It's still being worked on, but eventually the UI will look like this. Oh shit, I didn't see this message. I am locking in this menu. So either 5x5 or 5x 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Whichever one is easier for the sprites. Okay, but yeah, we have like some better UI stuff that we get to do eventually. So like this is what it's gonna look like. You have like the guild, the tavern, and the gear. So yeah, so you can manage your heroes here. So you can go to the tavern and recruit people to join your guild. So you can go like this. And then you can look at their stats and their gear. This will also be updated at some point because these also look pretty miserable. And then once you're satisfied there, you can go ahead and send them out on their journey. And then they kind of walk through the trapezoid dimension for a while. we'll probably do like walking animations and more interesting stuff to do here. But basically, they get to the end of their thing, and then they'll have a little battle. So they fight this little goblin guy. We have much better stats than him, so it's not even much of a contest, to be honest with you. Once we win, we bug out for just a little bit, just a little second. Our character's gonna do like some weird flippy stuff, but then they'll be on their way and they'll come back from their journey, and then you'll be able to complete it. So we'll wait for this to change, and then we'll say complete journey. You'll get we got a lot of money from that one, but you get a little bit of money, and then you can recruit more heroes, and then same thing, look at their stats or whatever, send them on journeys as well, and then you'll have, so on and so forth. Like that. That's basically the thing. We have, like I said, we have a couple days left to finish everything out. We have today, the rest of today's stream, tomorrow, and the day after. If we can get the gear rolling done for today, I think that would be a great stopping point for me, because I'm kind of, my brain's leaking a little bit, I think, but we'll do our best. Started learning Rust and Bevy to see what other languages have to offer. It's a journey. Hey, so is this. That's the theme of this jam, actually. Sorry. Water. You doing it solo? Nope. I have people helping out with the arts and the music as well. We actually have music too, which is pretty sick. It's just haven't actually implemented any of it yet. We also need like menus and stuff too, but a lot of that will have to come like right at the end of the jam. We're trying to cram a lot of stuff in right at the end, but I want to do two other things. When you complete the journey, I want to have the gold like pop up on the screen and go to the left and make like a little gold noise, because we have some noises we can use from the gold. And then the gear, I want to go to the gear page as well. So I want to animate that stuff right now. I'm not going to worry about it too much. So on the journey complete, on journey, on return completed, awaiting completion. Here listing on journey. So we're awaiting completion. Where else do we use this? It's awaiting completion. Complete journey here. Here we're also going to say for the guild, or I guess we just signal up, and then this will take care of everything. So hydrate. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Complete journey. Journey completed. Emit. Calculate journey reward. We're not going to do it this way. I don't actually want to do it this way. I'm not going to say calculate journey reward. When we start the journey, we're going to have a journey level. So where's start journey? Start journey here. Journey distance, calculate journey time. So start journey, we're going to say we should make like a resource to hold all of this information, huh? For now, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to say every journey is just level 1. So I'm going to say on ready var journey level is an int. It's equal to 1. So we're not going to emit like roll reward here. We're just going to give you the level of the journey. So where is complete? Where do we call this? Here listing on journey completed. Journey completed dot emit, and we're just going to emit the journey level for now. There we go. And now where we use this is one up in the hero manager here. So we're going to connect on journey completed. This is not going to be the gold value. This will be the journey level. So journey level is an int. We're going to add gold. We're going to roll the gold, and we're going to roll the armor. So guild inventory dot add journey gold. We're going to pass in the level. And then we're going to say guild inventory dot add gear. Add journey reward gear. Journey. Add journey reward gear. Journey level. Cool. There we go. And the journey gear that you get, I'm going to say you get between 1 and 2 pieces of gear. And they'll be level at the same as the journey. So let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to say add journey gold on the journey. Wait, what? Where am I right now? Guild inventory. Yeah. Function like this. Pass. Function add journey gear reward. I don't remember. What was this? Hero manager. Journey reward gold. Or I guess roll journey reward gold would make more sense. Roll journey reward gold. Roll. Yes. We have journey reward gold, journey reward gear, and they're the same length, which just makes it look nice on the screen. Isn't that great? Reward gold. This will be journey level. Int. Pass. Journey gold, journey gear. Journey level is an int again. So the gear reward will be simply so var gear received gear count, I guess, equals rand I range. Like I said, we're gonna get between 1 and 2 pieces of gear. So for gear index in range gear count, if rand f is less than or equal to 0.5, you're gonna get an armor. We're gonna say roll gear dot append roll armor, or sorry, roll weapon, and we're gonna pass on the journey level. There you go. Else, you're gonna get a other one, the armor. Roll armor. Oh, I just realized I put this in the wrong function. Oops. There you go. For the gold, we're gonna simply do maybe they should return a list, I guess. Nah, it's okay. This is fine. Okay. From experience, I can tell that the first game idea is likely not going to make it up in a finished project, so I forced myself to just start at some point. Otherwise, you might wait for the right moment and never come. I agree, and that's one of the reasons I like doing game jams so much, actually, is because you just make a game and you have a nice finality to it, and it gives you a nice start to it as well. So you just make the game during the game jam. If it's good, awesome. If it's bad, not that big of a deal. You know, it's okay. You only like lost a week-ish worth of actual like development time, I guess. That's honestly that's my biggest reason for liking game jams. Also, if the game sucks, you can just be like, I'm done with the game. You don't got to worry about it anymore. It's over. So we're gonna say add gold. This should be add gear, by the way, huh? Yeah, we should do it like this. Add gear. We're gonna add the rolled gear. So this would be var gear, reward gear. Goes like this, and instead of doing append here, we're gonna say this dot append, and then we're gonna add the reward gear. That makes more sense. The reward gold, so var reward gold equals rand I. Don't know yet. We're gonna export these vars to make my life a little bit easier. Export var reward gold lower bound is gonna equal 50. I don't know. Export var reward gold upper bound 100. I don't know if this makes any sense. I mean, the only thing that matters here is the ratio, I guess. So this is basically 1 to 2 per level. It's fine. It's fine. So randi range can be the lower thing times the journey level. Same thing as last time. We're just doing a nice little random bounded roll. Or reward gold upper bound times the journey level. So you'll get some amount of gold in between these two, and then we'll add the gold like that. Let's make sure that all of this works. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and go to the tavern. We're going to recruit a hero. We're going to send them out on their... Well, we'll equip the gear first. You get your armor on, and you get your weapon on. You have good stats. I'm going to send you out on your journey. They're going to go to the right, find a battle, and hopefully come back. And when they come back, we'll get some nice gear. Hopefully. We'll see. On the way off to the right, they're fighting the goblin now. Goblin D's nut. Wow, they're smashing him. Sweet. And then they come back. Is this a remix? This is a remix of a song that just came out. What is this sample? Zek used it. I'm adding it to the list because it's a good sample, but... Okay, and now we say complete. And it broke. You hate this, huh? Why? Invalid in function add gear and base node gear. The argument of type 1 array does not have the same element type as expected typed array argument. This returns a gear resource. What? Add gear, new gear is array gear resource. What is reward gear? Size 1 is this. I mean, that looks like a gear resource to me, bro. What? Members 1. Yeah, wait, what? Do you want... You probably want this, huh? No, that doesn't work. Var reward gear reward piece? Reward gear resource? Is that what this is? Yeah. I guess you have to type it out of this bit. Like that. And then you want to do this. And maybe that helps. I'm not sure. I don't know if this fixes it or not, but let's try it. Like that. I feel like you could just do like a force cast as well, but this is a gear resource, this is a gear resource. Oh, you know, no, you don't need to do this. What am I doing? You just do this. Yeah, there you go. It's obvious. Okay, so now let's try it again. Run it back, run it back. Tavern, recruit a hero, equip their stuff, send them on their way. Send them on their merry way. Go, fight, win, or something, I don't know. They're running, they're running, they're running. Everything is great, they're fighting. Also great. And then they should be on their way back. And then we're gonna hit complete and we should see stuff pop up here. I wonder if the gold is still working. Okay, so now we're in the gear thing, we hit complete. And we got a sword! You can't really see it because the button is black and also the placeholder art is also black. But we did get a sword, look, it's a sword. And we should be able to equip this sword. So the attack is 6, the speed is 6. If I equip this, does that change? 7 and 5. It is, okay, so it's a slightly different sword, but we did get another sword, and that's I love that for us. I do love a good sword. Okay, cool. The HP bar is completely broken here. Okay, it updates on the first hit. That's good to know at least. Cool. Yeah, so everything is working. Let's do one more just to make sure things aren't completely broken, but programmers are interested to name it reward gears instead of reward gear, even though grammatically incorrect plural form. That's true, actually. I do love a list with an S on it. Invisible S, never mind the goblin slaughter. They had it coming. They were on the right side of the green trapezoid dimension. Complete. Oh, we got 2 armor this time. Oh my god, it's literally perfect. It's literally perfect. There's 2 more things to do here. One, when your armor gets filled up, it should delete the last armor piece. It's just like a rolling list here. But I don't know if that'll ever happen. You have 28 now? 29. Wow, this armor just keeps getting better, huh? Okay. So we have reward gear. That's awesome. I want to do tooltips now so you can actually see what the gear does for you. Because right now it kind of it's just completely invisible. You have no idea what it does, which might be a bit of a problem. It's hard to compare which gear you want to add to your character if you literally can't see it at all. Okay, so how would we do that bit? Great question, me. Thank you for asking. Well, so we're gonna go to the gear cell. This needs like a tooltip over it then, and it'll just be hidden most of the time until it gets moused over. So we need the gear spins obviously and connects to other gears. Oh my god, he's a genius. We need a textured rect. This. And it can't... Oh, fuck. It can't go in the margin container. So we need to change this. Oh, it's gonna break everything if I change this. Oh no, dude. Okay, listen, I know to thine own self be true. I'm gonna go to Git. I'm gonna commit what we have right now before I fuck with this because I think it will break the entire game if I change this node type. Status, git add, just get add everything. Git commits gear listing and equipping. Yeah, just send it all up. Git status. I'm gonna say git checkout B, and I'm gonna branch to tooltip, gear tooltips. I know it's gonna break. Okay, so I'm gonna change this to a control. No, oh, that is what you want to do. We're gonna make it through this. We're gonna change this to a control. It didn't immediately break. That's a good sign. Change it back. I need to add a child node here of a control. I need to make a copy of, no. I need to copy the margin like settings of this. Okay, so 1px margin. That's, I can remember that. No problem. What was the px margin? 1px margin. So we're gonna change type to a control. We're gonna add a margin container like that. We're gonna put these two things in the margin container. This now extends control. This item sprite doesn't work anymore. Access by unique name. Now it should work again. What are you mad about this, by the way? Gear left cell is declared but never explicitly used in the class. What would you call this then, you nerd? Unused parameter. I can't fix any of those because it's just the function signature. So, okay, this is all fucked. What is your size? Is your margin container? You have a minimum size? There's none. What is yours? 64 by 64. So can you fill the parent container? If I do that, does the entire game break? No? It looks okay. It looks like the entire game is not broken, which is huge. I love that for us. Absolutely massive. Okay, that's good. That's a great start. What next? So now we have this container working properly. We need to add a tooltip area. Textured rect. Like this. And we're going to have it be the tooltip. So it's going to be... If you hover over it, it'll appear... It should appear where your mouse cursor is. But I don't know how you would do that. How would you... On hover, you would know the mouse cursor to local? Let's worry about the positioning. Let's worry about the positioning later. Let's just make this thing like a tooltip first. So this is the tooltip. And it will have labels. So it'll have a label here. And this label will be primary stat. What would you call this? Like primary stat label? Maybe. It's gonna depend on like what the gear actually has. No, you make a V box with all of the stats, and you only activate the stats that are greater than 1. Yes. Yeah. That's how you do it. I'm a genius. I'm learning. Okay, that makes sense to me. So first I want to add this like texture here. And I think I just have like a blank modal thing, I think somewhere. Yeah. Perfect. A blank modal. I love it. Next you add a VBox. I'm going to line this up so it's like not super inting, but like that. Even though this has a custom minimum size, this sits outside of the custom minimum size, so this should still work. It's going to look really weird, but I mean, I warned you it's going to look weird. This will be hidden by default, but for now it's okay. In here, we're going to add a child. We're going to add a VBox like this and a label. So this will be the item label. So this will say like armor. armor. Yeah. You can do button.tooltip equals tooltip, some description here, and it works and even wraps the text. Button to wait, does this have a tooltip then? Yo, hold up. Node. Tooltip. Hold. 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 Holy shit. The default tooltip text. The tooltip appears when the user's mouse cursor stays idle over. What the fuck? Holy shit. Take me back. Take me back. Take me back. Take me back. Get checkout, man. Get the fuck out of here. Take me back. Yo, reload the project. Project reload. Don't save. Just reload. No way, they actually just have a built-in for this. No shot, dude. That'd be so good. We're learning so much about the Godot engine today, and I'm very excited about that. Okay, so this isn't right. What? Wait, why did I thought Git? Huh? Oh, I didn't commit any of it. That's why I didn't. Yeah, reload. There we go. So wait, this just has tooltip text? Tooltip. Oh, it's gonna be on the theme override. No? Tooltip? Okay, I love when people use funny clips from video games in their song, but we can't be doing the Yoshi ha or Mario going ha 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 ha. That doesn't cut it. I'm sorry. You have been voted off the island. Okay. Let's see here. A Nintendo console. We need the tooltip thing here. Oh my god, you could just set the... Wait. So it just works? If I go to the gear and I just... What the fuck? I never knew. That's so good. I'm convinced you can just ask, you can just be like Godot. There's just a node that does all of Gambit for you. That's crazy. So we just have to update the tooltip text. Is there a way I can do, like, I want to do part of this being like larger text? Does it support like BB codes? Probably not. Maybe it's in the, well, it might be in the theme overrides. Yeah, it's probably in the, it's probably in the theme overrides. Theme. How do you not have more stuff? Yeah. Holy shit. Where's tooltip? Tooltip. Editable check item, text edit, disable line, menu buttons, flat button, line edit, tabs. Would you have this if you were just like a normal control node? Because you inherit from control. I'm assuming you would, but I don't see it here. Tooltip, theme here, default font. No, we want the default font. Oh, default font size. We could just adjust the font size. Let's do 32. And if I do that, what does that look like in game? Oh, I deleted the test. So this will be called like armor, defense +1, HP, max HP +3, 2, whatever. How does that look? Ah! It just works. What the fuck? Damn. There has to be a way you can like mess with the text more though, you know what I mean? Surely there's a way to mess with the text. Let's see it. Godot tooltip. Tooltip, different color text. Format the tooltip. With different color text, you must create a custom tooltip and use a rich table with BB code for text coloring style. The default tooltip does not support rich text. Surely there's a way to set tooltip though, right? Let's BB code text. I don't believe that that's true. Go to for rich text label that text equals your tooltip with BB code inside. People are saying you can do it this way. You can store different parts of it. Iterate through the string parts according to append to the RTL for each part. Check its index as an entry. VButton theme.set set theme VButton tooltip text. Building description. Did I make this VTuber avatar myself? I did not know. It's linked on the Twitch page, the person who made it. I can get the link over to YouTube. But no, I did not. I commissioned it, and the person who made it is extremely talented. Let me see if I got it. Model is by Ayuri, this guy. I'm a little bit worried about just letting their Twitter rip because I don't know what they post these days, but it's mostly just cute anime girls. That's about par for the course, I think. That guy's got 100,000 followers. That's crazy. So I can set the text, but I can't rich text label. I want to do it this way. I want to do like this one though. Tooltip. Default tooltip. The tooltip appears. Mouse filters. Time required for the tooltip can be changed with GUI timers, tooltip display seconds and settings. Override get tooltip to generate tooltip text dynamically. Override make custom tooltip to customize the tooltip interface and behavior. Oh my. Override get tooltip to generate tooltip text dynamically. Virtual method to be implemented by the user. Returns the tooltip text for the position, app position, and controls local coordinates. If this method returns an empty string and make custom tooltip is not overridden, the no tooltip is displayed. So this, I feel like this is, we don't want to do it dynamically like this actually. What we can do instead is just when we set the resource, we set the tooltip text. Yeah, that's probably easier for now. So function create tooltip text with the gear resource like this. We're gonna say if gear, well, we don't need to, we can just say, we'll say this, update tooltip text. And we don't need this because we already have a reference to this stuff. If it helps with some theming for tooltips, you have to add it. Yeah, I found a thread on Reddit. You can basically create a custom one and then attach that as the tooltip. So you can still reuse this, like this part, which I really want to do because I think that that's really nice. You just instead create your own like label basically and pass that in as the theme. I'm not going to do that because it seems a little bit complicated at the moment and I don't want to mess with it and I want to move on to other stuff. If I can just use this one that's like this real fast, I think that's probably better. It's going to be okay. So if gear resource dot type equals, oh, we just add it. No, we just say tooltip text. Oh, wait, this is the, oh, it's actually called tooltip text. We can actually just, oh, this is so good. Gear resource dot weapon type. I'm just, listen, don't hate me. If gear resource dot current bonus max HP is greater than or equal to 0, add it. You can use the theming editor, see screenshot, but your split is probably, oh, wait. Let me see. Type. Oh, it's here. Oh, shit. Aha. Interesting. Yo, DK2 man, what's up? What kind of peanut butter do you prefer? I'm a creamy peanut butter kind of guy. I tried chunky and like, yeah, you get more peanuts per butter for sure, but that's not really like what I'm buying peanut butter for. You know what I'm saying? That's not really my vibe of peanut butter. But if you're a chunky peanut butter enjoyer, I don't hate you. Like I can see where you're coming from. I think for like, if you're making like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich though, and you're going to do the tech where you like put chips in the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. What I'm saying right now is aggressively American, by the way. Then I think I want the chunky one because it like kind of hits with the chips a little bit better, you know? I love peanuts. So like, honestly, we're already kind of winning. Your team, no peanut butter? You won't do peanut butter on anything, Viridian? You're just completely anti peanut butter? That's crazy. That's criminal. Mods, make Viridian remember their most embarrassing moments right before they try to go to sleep tonight. I can't believe you don't like peanut butter. Am I a honey person? 100%. There's honey in this tea that I am drinking right now, and it's delicious. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's hitting so good. Sorry, what were we talking about? Oh, the tooltip text. So if the max HP is greater than or equal to 1, tooltip text plus equals string bonus HP. This. And then the gear resource. Does Japan sell real honey or the BS that America also sells? No, it's real honey here. I need to find a place that does like honey though, because I want to get mead. Mead is like my favorite drink, and I don't know where to get it around here. It's the only alcohol. I think it's because of the sugar. I don't drink like alcohol ever because I don't like it doesn't hit my body very well. But mead is like totally fine. I can drink mead and I don't get like hungover or anything because I think it's got a lot of sugar in it or something. Like it just helps material like digest itself easier. I have no idea. Honey on PB&J? I would do honey and PB. I would do honey. I would either do PB&J or PB and honey. I would not. I'm not ready. I'm not comfortable to put all three together yet. We're gonna say bonus attack. Wait, it's got to be greater than, by the way. Tooltip text. We're gonna say. I guess it doesn't say bonus HP. It just say max HP, and this will say attack. Because it's gonna say plus anyway. So. Oh, it needs to have plus here, by the way. Glad I caught that early. And then we're gonna do the same thing with defense. Bonus attack. Okay, if the bonus defense is greater than 0, or say defense. Bonus. Dude, I'm so glad we're making this game. I feel like I'm learning so much for Lava Lamp right now. It's actually insane. Like tooltip is gonna be so much easier. The click and drag for the inventory is gonna be so much easier. Defense speed. Okay, now it should just work. So if I go to our gear and I hover over this, holy shit, it actually works. Why is it like saying max HP at the bottom though? Also, they both say armor. Also, they both say defense. Hold up. I never update this. My bad. My bad, my bad, my bad. Okay, try again. Here. No new lines. That's on me. Yep, fair enough. Oops. That, like that. Okay, try again. Gear. Weapon, attack +1, speed +1. Armor, max HP +1, defense +2. Very nice. I'm gonna make the font a little bit bigger. So maybe, what's 24 maybe? If that looks better. Progress? Yeah, we made a lot of progress today. Try look. Oh, it's like pixely. Okay, we'll just do 32 then. The last thing for this is plus equals this dot capitalize. Make that look a little bit nicer. And I want to add one more new line. plus, give it like a little bit more of a line break. Oop. It's slightly too big, but it's okay. It's a little chunky, but no, the other one looked better. The problem is I can't do like 24 because it'll be pixelated. You can only do multiples of 16 with this font because it's like a pixel specific font basically. That's not bad. Okay, that's like perfect. It's a little blurry, but if you don't tell anyone, I won't. Recruit you, and then we can go to the gear, and I can put like the weapon here. And if I hover over, it should still tell me what it is. It does. That doesn't quite make any sense. This should say equals. Yeah. Otherwise it gets reset in a funny way. Gear. Tavern. Recruits. Gear. Oh, look at this nice weapon. I'm going to put it over here in the weapon slot. Nice. You get +1 attack and +2 speed. That's awesome. Oh, look at this armor here. It's +3 defense. +3 defense. It's crazy. I'm going to add that in. And I write 7 defense. Now you can go on your journey because you're all equipped with everything. What's Nuremberg, by the way? I have no idea what that is. Other than probably a TV show. Dude, everything is working. It's crazy. We still need to do like levels and stuff. I think tomorrow will be the last day we can work on functional stuff. And the day after that will only be fixing bugs, doing like UI menu stuff, all that kind of stuff. So tomorrow's the last day I can do anything like game functionality. Because we need to add the music still, we need to change the sprites. A lot of stuff we need to do. Complete the journey. Yo, we got a new weapon. It's attack +2. What is this one? Attack +1, speed +2. I think I'd rather do a little bit more damage, me personally. Sick. Okay. Great. Great stream. Good progress. I think though, it's gonna be it for me today. Let's commit the work though before I do anything. Git status. Git add this. Git commit m. Weapon tooltips. And shove it all up. Okay. Yeah, that's here we go. Sweet progress today. I'm very happy with everything that we've accomplished. Yeah. I don't have much else to say. I'll be back tomorrow a little bit earlier than the stream start today, but hopefully I'll be on around like whenever I get back from getting food with my friends, so maybe like 6 p.m. or somewhere around that range. Not 100% sure yet. Kind of depends on how stuff shakes out. Yeah, we'll be doing more of this tomorrow. And then Sunday is going to be basically the whole day. So after my run, I'm just going to do nothing but game dev, which will be kind of sick. And then I'm going to burn out and I'm going to take a big sleep. Yeah. If you like the stream and you want to see more of this, subscribe if you're on YouTube and like the video. It helps out a great deal. To steal a line from Northern Lion. You can join the Discord as well. So let me get that both. I don't have it set up on YouTube yet, but there's also a Discord if you want to join the Discord. You can get pinged by me when we do this more. If you're on Twitch, follow. Thank you for everyone who followed. We're over 2,000 followers now, which is kind of crazy. And I think that's it. We are... Oh my god, the call to action actually worked. I never thought it would actually work. I thought you were just supposed to say that stuff at the end of videos. And now you're trapped eternally in the mirror dimension. So thank you, Delio. I appreciate you. What did I say today? Thank you, I will. I will do my best too. I should probably set up alerts for YouTube at some point too. But normally the YouTube is less than Twitch, but lately the YouTube has been like absolutely crushing Twitch. But no one hates anything more than YouTubers talking about how great they feel about the things that are happening to them, right? Mesaka. We're gonna go to Mesaka today because she's my goat. I'm gonna go rest my voice and I'm gonna get a snack and I'm gonna drink some more tea and I'm gonna get ready to do stuff tomorrow. I'll be in the Discord for a little bit probably. I might play some Factorio for a little bit because I need to like wind my brain down a little, so I might hang out in the Discord. There's a chance there'll be Jackbox if enough people show up. I don't know, but there's no more programming that can happen. Bye, Yag. Thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you around again soon. All right. See ya, everybody. Bye-bye.